guys. Thanks for the ones that are here waiting faithfully. You guys are amazing. Annie, Hakuna Matata. She might not be here right now because she says she's going to be back. But Nikki and Sarah. Aw, Sarah, I saw you over on Q Carlocks. Hakuna, I was trying to find your channel because I was going to add you as... Let me see if I can pull it up on my Facebook. YouTube now and hit on your and add you that way. So I put up, hey Navy Mom and Sandra, anybody I miss, I'm so sorry. Doodle. I put up a community post about that. About section of the neighbor on Facebook. Let's see here. Is that it? And a lot of people were specifically drawn to more the quote, the favorite quote, than, you know, this lady, Jody, the neighbor. Then the supposed, saying that her new bestie is the most thought person she's ever met. And of course, right now, this second, my cat is coughing up a hairball. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that's cute. So many people commented on her favorite quote. It says, I think he knows that you know that I know that he knows. And people told me, I tried to find it on her channel, but people told me that is also something Cher says a lot. So now some people think that Candace isn't her new bestie, that it's Cher. I don't know. Yeah, I think he knows that you know that I know that he knows. And Cher's going to be on tonight, I guess it shows. At least that she has it scheduled for tonight. A statement. We have another statement from Dawn coming, guys. Oh, gosh. You know what? These statements that are read from a piece of paper, I don't think are Dawn's statements. I think these are now Cher and Benny trying to act like Dawn's lawyer or something, and are now making statements on behalf of Dawn. I think they run it by them, but I don't think Dawn's writing these statements. Benny was trying to get a hold of her, but she didn't text him back on Facebook. Getting a hold of who? The neighbor? Yeah. Of course he wants to make another statement. He wants all the attention back on him. So it'll be interesting what he says about this neighbor. Because lately, let's look at Cher's community wall, actually, real quick. Do I not have it up? I need to pull it up first. Okay. There you go. Somebody told me that she had the same quote that the neighbor has on her community wall, but I couldn't find it. So today at 8:45, be there or be square, guys. Voices Behind the Wall is having Donald's statement on the Jody Sue video. In the description, it says, Hey all, though it's been quiet for a minute, tonight I've got some updates and some statements from Donald to go over. Thoughts about that video and more. Be kind. The views and opinions on this platform are mine, my friends, my husband, my guest on panel. Don't maybe share all the same opinions as I do. I can only speak for myself from the experiences that I myself had. She has a Nokia at Seas Candles. Okay. Well, I guess it will be interesting to see if Donald, as she likes to call him, Donald. I guess that's a pet name. Donald. I know, right? I know. It'll be interesting to see if he backs, if it's even his statement. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's somewhat going to be his feelings, but I just feel that these statements are not written by Don. What do you guys think? Do you think he's going to support this? I think he is going to support it because he came out like a month ago saying that he heard, or that a neighbor heard a scream. It's good if he doesn't support it, then it won't make sense because he's stuck on this abduction theory, and the scream supports the abduction theory. But then on confusing because on Cher's community wall yesterday or one day ago, let's see. Is this better than what they came from? Yes, it is better than what they came from. Sherry. Even that, what critical thinking crime showed that some were sleeping in offices. They at least had clean, like, blankets and stuff. Really? You're really going to sit here and say, y'all are blinded to what's actually going on? The system isn't better for the kids. I don't know. It'd have to be pretty freaking bad, or really, really freaking bad, actually, for it to be worse than where they were. I was less shocked by that video than I was seeing Dawn and Candace's house, if that's what you mean, Cher. Oh, that's cool. That's great to know. I hope that he really is going to do it and not just like a 20-second clip, because somebody sent me where John Walsh clickbaited everybody and said he was going to do a profiling on Brian Laundrie, and then did none of that and just had a 20-second clip, basically just a 20-second clip looking for this guy. If you've seen him, call this number. That's it. But on Twitter, he was posting how he was going to do a whole profile, segment on Brian Laundrie, and it just did not happen. The giggles and flirtatiousness towards him from her is so creepy. Right? Oh, let me see here. Wanted to check something. Okay. There you go. Yes, I will. I would like to see John Walsh. Hey, Gwen. By the way, guys, I recently made a membership thing. If you want to join, you get cool little emojis of Dawn and Candace, and a cute one of Summer, and then a silly Biddy one. And I will add more as it becomes available. But I have to have like so many members until they'll unlock more things that I can add. But I also have a private Discord for members. You just click the join button next to subscribe if anybody's interested. Me and a couple ladies, their members had like some really good conversation last night on voice talk on Discord over just some things with the Summer Wells case and some things I'm going through and with the case. Did she really? What'd she say? Bring Summer home. Yeah, right? You know, Cher wants to call it. Ew. Oh my gosh. Okay. So just a quick we'll talk both about like whatever you guys want to talk about, and people are always welcome to come up here and just you can come up here for like 15 seconds with a thought, or you can stay up here for 15 minutes. Especially if nobody else is like wanting to come up, you can stay up here as long as you'd like. So on a quick thing on Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. I was talking to a friend. The friend shall remain anonymous at this point. And take this for with a grain of salt because and their son was speaking to an officer. Let me get the about the case. They were at, hold on. So I'm gonna leave out names, but I talked to my son today, and him and his partner were at some park last night, and they were talking to a police officer. He asked the cop about the Gabby case, and she said a colleague of hers stated Gabby was murdered, and they found another body of a man close to Gabby's, but they are not reporting on it yet. So I guess we will have to see if that is correct info. So Snobby Mark, when someone asked her if she was going to talk about Summer, why don't you go talk? She said, why don't you go talk about Summer? And that she didn't want to talk about Summer. Okay, she can be really snobby. Like her well, and how she talks. I won't call it snobby. I'd call it like rude. That a homeless man came up You think it was planned? I don't know. That's crazy that you said that because somebody told me who they were also mentioning that shed. We were talking about that last night, and we got a little in depth about that. So what do you guys think about that? About it possibly a man found murdered near close to Gabby's body. Do you think that's possible? I mean, let me show you guys. We have a couple people missing. It seems like, you got the case with the two women that were shot. Made it look like a sexually motivated crime. I mean, or I feel like maybe it was set up that way. Around the same time, at the same day that the next day after they were pulled over in front of that co-op store place that Brian and Gabby were. And then Brian stopped posting on Instagram on the 13th. So the day after that being pulled over, that's the day these women were shot, right? Right. Hey, Judy. Well, I guess the other woman died first, Mama. Because they died, I think, on the 13th. Last month. Hey, sad taper. Yeah, that's one of my theories. Okay. Let me show you guys this. What do you guys think of this? Robin, oh my God, I did not just say Robert Stiles Lowry. Robert was last seen at Teton Village oh my God, did I say Teton? Teton Village in Teton County, Wyoming on or around August 19th. He was wearing a black baseball cap with the letter P, a blue down vest, plaid shirt, and blue jeans. I don't know if Gabby was shot. I'm interested in hearing. And now, this info, or I don't know, I don't want to call it rumor, just like somebody, it's not a rumor. It's something that a good friend of mine, son, told him that when they were at a park speaking to an officer, the officer stated that there was a man found killed close to where Gabby's body was. But they haven't reported on it yet. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, it's sad if that's true, because why isn't this man getting the coverage like Gabby's getting? Like, he deserves the same coverage if that is true. Maybe the man tried to defend Gabby. Maybe, like, just my same similar theories as like with these women. Like, maybe they were keeping Gabby company, and he just like was a jealous freak. Has anybody taught? My friend sent this to me today. What has anybody heard about this Robert Stiles Lowry guy that's missing in Teton Village and was last seen August 19th? That's kind of weird and kind of sus a little. Then we got this guy, which I don't think related because just the date and everything, but let's see. We got Daniel Robinson, last seen on June 23rd in a 2017 Jeep Renegade. Leaving his job site, heading west in Arizona. He's 5'8", 165. Oh, about the first guy? I mean, that date is really weird. I know, I can't wait to hear it too. I like Donna. I have always said I don't think so, but I don't know. My mind's kind of changing. I thought he killed himself, but the thing is, then I start thinking to myself, well, if he killed himself, then why go hide? If you're going to kill yourself, do you really want to go hide somewhere where nobody's going to find you and just kill yourself? Or maybe what happened is like he hid somewhere. He didn't think he was going to kill himself, and then just after it just got to him too much, and so he killed himself. Like, but then there's been all these like here sightings now, you know. I don't think this guy looks like him at all. Two men and Gabby. Hmm. Hey, Molly. A lot of people think that he's too much of a coward or too narcissistic to off himself. My cat is snoring. It's so crazy. Do you guys hear that? Plus, with the Moab murders, I don't know. Let's see. Sorry, I was reading a text message. Anytime you guys, like, anybody here has any cool information about this case and you don't want to come up here about this case or Summers that you think's relevant, that if, like, email me it and I'll show everybody anytime. The picture on the right was taken, let's see, let's read this. Why hasn't Jen watched yet? Oh my God. Sorry, guys. I have a daughter that she's like crazy. So I had to talk. So no, I don't think that guy looks like him at all. No, my email is mail.com, not gmail.com. Okay, guys. Sorry, we were discussing dinner, what we're gonna do for dinner, and yeah, bye, daughter. You hear? Bye, mother. Bye, mother. She's always hungry. These teenagers always hungry. If she would have gone to school today like she was supposed to, instead of faking sick, then she would have ate lunch and not been hungry right now. And not slept all day. Yes, teenager. So no, I don't think this guy looks like him at all, but and then let's see what there's another. That caught me off guard there for a second. Hey, Nancy. What's for dinner? I guess they're the boyfriend's just going to get Wendy's like tonight, I guess, because she wants Wendy's. So they have the best like baked potatoes, like with cheese, bacon. They're really good, and so we're kind of all obsessed with those at the time being. Membership link. It should. Do you see it? It should say join by. Hey, Doodle, can you put up the link that you had for the memberships? Let me see. They because some people for some reason can't see it. It's right next to subscription, but it's like a few dollars a month. So if you can't afford it, then please don't do it. Like, but if you want to, like, if you can't afford it, you can still email me and stuff, and we could talk that way. So I was checking my email because somebody said they were emailing me. Oh, and the dollar sign, it gives the option for the membership too. I thought it did, but I'll be there for dinner. Timmy. Ziggy. Another channel said Brian follows transgenders. I think a lesbian couple with pants pulled down. Brian chicken. Oh. I don't know. I also, somebody, gosh, there's so much going around, but also somebody said something about there being, like, he was into like or what's it called? Like being a dom and stuff. My boy is like 4 for $4.44 at Wendy's, so do I. No fast food for me since COVID hit. Does anyone else believe that Summer never made it home June 15th? See, when you say that, I keep going back to that call with grandma, supposedly this lady that made friends with his grandma. And that was the Critical K had on her Patreon. And now it's all over YouTube. But and then, and that lady said that they came home, but Summer never got out of the vehicle. And then Candace leaves again, claiming she's going to take Summer, or had Dawn on the phone, claiming she was going to go take Summer to the doctor because supposedly Summer didn't feel good or something. She had to call Dawn saying, "Oh, should I take Summer to the doctor?" Like, really? First of all, you should have Medicaid because, or whatever their Medicaid is in Tennessee. The kids would have been covered. I have said that a million times. So any excuse for, medical care or it being expensive doesn't even make sense. It says email is invalid. Ziggy333@mail.com. Really? Maybe if I... Oh, no, I got an email from Savannah. Let me check it. I got your email. Hold on, let's check it. Ooh, let's see what this is. Not sure what that is, but I'll put it up. It looks like somebody's blacked out all the faces, though. Oh, except... Okay, but... Ew. So she sent some pictures. Let me open it here. And a new... David Dodson just looks kind of creepy in it. I don't know if it's... Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right pictures because... Okay. So Set this. Let me see your guys' view to make sure you can see it. Okay. In the picture, Robin is holding Summer. Some of the people's faces are blacked out, so and then you see David Dotson at the far left with his head. He's like looking at Summer. Summer's looking at him. And Robin's like telling Summer to wave at David. And Summer's kind of looking kind of like creeped out. She looks scared. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Ew, pumpkin pie milk. Check message. Okay, let's show the next picture. Okay, so he's just like waving at Summer. That's just like a closer picture of him. Oh, and then it's quite the process to pull up pictures sometimes. Oops, we already saw that one. They're all pretty much the same, but every time I pull up a picture, it moves. So I don't know which one I'm pulling up. It just like, okay, we want that one. So there's one that's more like kind of zoomed out. Oh, thank you, Angie. I almost missed that. I was, that's, be sure to join our Discord. There's a link. I think you should be able to see it on the community tab, but it's a link that only members can see. Thank you so much. Okay, so I got a text message that somebody wanted me to see. Wait. What are you talking about, Doodle? Was somebody in the comments like that I need to see? Is it that my stalker? Are you referring to somebody in the comments? Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Be sure to join that Discord. We talk like we get into some deep discussion. Oh shoot. Oops. I guess I wasn't supposed to repeat it. Sorry. Anyway, so can you explain, Savannah? Look at Dotson. What Dotson is doing with his hands, like clapping or waving. Her. You want me to put on the one with his hand is more? Is that some kind of signal through hand movements? Let me switch to the other ones. make sure I pull up the right one. Of course, it pulls up the same one again. They're all pretty much the same, but they're just like his hand is a little bit. He's doing that where it looks like his thumb is detached. Yeah, Gwen's wanting two more subs. Hey, Michelle Dunn. He's doing the disappearing thumb trick. Is that what he's doing? He's not clapping. It's easier to tell in the original video. So what do you guys think? That I'll have to see the original video. I think this pic of the way Summer is looking at that David guy triggers a lot of she has a fear, upset or something. Look at this pic has caught my this pic has caught my eye each time I see Summer, and the look she has in it. She does have like a weird look. Timmy at prayer vigil kept repeating, Father, God, Lord. You know Satan is thank devil is their God. Here, this pic is oops. Didn't want to do that. Yeah, she does look scared. She's like, and Rama's like, hey, say hi. Oh, thank you so much, Magoo. Join that Discord. I want people in there so we get some good convo going. I had talked on here forever last night, and then we were on Discord for like 2 hours, just voice talking. It's a pedo tattoo? Ew. Thank you so much, Magoo. That Timmy is so weird. He sounds like he's having. Oh God! No, the visual. Yeah. So. Oh. I forgot. Yeah. Yeah. How can we get this into the national media? To your question about if I know anybody to contact, I don't know. I don't know anybody to contact to get Summer into more national media. But you know what, Gwen? Somebody said it that John Walsh is going to have her on his show. do a story on her next week. So that's national. Oh, thank you, Grey Wolf. Do you have a channel too? Grey Wolf Paranormal? The Discord code, it should be, if you go to my community wall and scroll down there, or there should be a link for it, or a link for it where only members can see. If not, can you email me? If you don't find it, can you email me and I'll let you know it? Because it's supposed to, I would put it here, but it's supposed to just be for members, so. We'll get you in there, Magoo. If you can't find it, for sure. If you can't find it, email me. And but there should be, it's on the community wall. Or there might be a tab for members, a community tab for members only. What if there was essay happening and Candace knew and didn't want that life for her daughter, so she arranged to have Summer go live with a nice family without knowing? I just want her to be safe and happy. That would be the best case scenario. That would be definitely way better than what I think happened. What does the tattoo look like? I'm curious too. Cool tattoos. Yeah, without Dawn knowing. If you can't find it, please email me. And I'm also going to be changing the picture or the little, because you picture before all members' names because it's too small. So I'm going to be working on that. If you guys can think of a cool little members picture, I mean, should we make it something Summer or I don't know. What should we put as the picture that go before you guys' names, if you have any ideas? I hope John Walsh really looks into it, not just a 20-second clip, right? So somebody sent me this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Where John Walsh basically clickbaited and said he was gonna. He posted something on Twitter saying he was gonna do a show on Gabby and the Brian thing, and then ends up it was only like it was like 20 seconds long, and he didn't do what he said he was going to do. So of course I can't find it. I can't find the email because I was hoping it would be in the, yeah, I can't find it. But basically, John Walsh posted that he was going to have a show on Brian, like profiling Brian. And he posted it on Twitter for everybody to see. And it was supposed to be on the next day. And the next day, the show happened, but there was only like a 20-second segment, like less than 20 seconds. So it was like 16 seconds stating, if you've seen this guy, call, but they didn't do anything on it. Angie says on her phone, she found the membership tab all the way at the bottom. Hope this helps. That's wearing long sleeves to cover tattoos. I would like to see 60 Minutes or something like that cover, right? That would be awesome. I think the big one is coming that was already filmed and slid Brian in there. Oh. There's a feather on one of his arms. Let me see if I bring Summer home. Yes. That picture of on my thumbnail for this video, the angel picture I got off of her dad's Twitter. It was such a cool picture. So I tried to make Summer's picture look similar so they kind of, meshed well together, but I put a little dove on it, like was in Gabby's picture. So supposedly another woman claims she had strange encounter with hitchhiking Brian Laundrie. All these people claim that they've seen him, or he was hitchhiking. Let's watch this real quick. Is it not having any sound? Doesn't have any sound. I don't think. Nope. Norma Jean Jalovec says she gave Laundrie a ride on August 29th to the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area in Grand Teton National Park, where the body of his fiancée, Gabby Petito, was found weeks later. Weird. A second one claims she picked up a hitchhiking Brian Laundrie in Wyoming, saying he shocked her when he tried to get out of the moving car. It's weird. Norma Jean Jalovec, 52, lives in Wyoming for part of the year, told Fox News Digital Thursday that she picked up Laundrie on August 29th, 2 days after his fiancée, van life vlogger Gabby Petito, was last seen. On Sunday, nearly 3 weeks later, Petito's body was found in the Spread Creek Dispersed Camping Area, a remote swath of the Bridger Teton National Forest. Authorities believe she died sometime between the 27th and 30th of August. On September 1st, Laundrie left Wyoming and drove home to Florida in Petito's repurposed Ford Transit van alone. Petito was reported missing on September 11th, more than 2 weeks after her mother last spoke to her by phone. Laundrie hasn't been seen in Florida for more than a week and is the subject of a national manhunt. He has been named as a person of interest in the case. Jalovec said she didn't realize who exactly she had picked up until she saw a video posted on TikTok on September 17th by Miranda Baker, who claims she and her boyfriend picked up Laundrie when he was hitchhiking at 5:30 p.m. on August 29th. Baker said Laundrie freaked out when she told him they were headed to Jackson and that he demanded to be let out of their Jeep immediately. They let him out at Jackson Lake Dam, which is a little more than a mile away from the church. She has said she doesn't know why he got so upset about going to Jackson. Jalovec says on August 29th, she had decided at the last minute to go to a 5 p.m. Mass at Chapel of the Sacred Heart, a Roman Catholic church in Grand Teton National Park. On her way to church, she said she saw Laundrie hitchhiking on the side of the road near Pacific Creek Landing, just past Jackson Lake Dam at 6:15 or 6:20 p.m. I picked him up, Jelinek told Fox News Digital. After he got in her Toyota 4Runner, she recalled, something just said, hey, ask him where he's going. Laundrie asked if she was going to Jackson and asked her to drop him off at the Spread Creek dispersed camping area, about 20 minutes from the dam, Fox News reports. During the ride, Jelinek said Laundrie told her he had a fiance and that he had been hiking near Snake River, which he had also told Baker and her boyfriend. Jelinek said Laundrie was polite, offering her gas money, which she refused, and picking up her Bible when it slid off the dashboard. When they reached the entrance to the campground at about 6:30, Jelinek offered to drive Laundrie down the miles-long single dirt road that leads to the camping sites. That's when he shocked her by trying to get out of the moving car. What? Jelinek said she has no idea why he wanted to leave the vehicle so fast. Besides Baker and Jelinek, another woman, Jessica Schultz, came forward and told the San Francisco Chronicle she had seen Laundrie inside Wyoming's Bridger Teton National Forest on August 26th and 27th, and that he was acting weird. Like Baker and Jelinek, she reached out to authorities and the FBI. According to Schultz, an FBI agent said the information she provided helped officials recover Petito's remains. The FBI told people that for privacy reasons, they cannot confirm or deny they have spoken to Schultz. He is a murderer. See him, call 911. Don't pick him up. Well, this was before they knew he was a murderer, but this is the worst reading ever. Hey, Randy. Thought that was a hoax. A lot of people think the one on the Twitter girl, the one that originally came out, I don't know. Some people think that's a hoax. I just Googled symbols for pedo and a heart inside a heart comes up. Gross. Ew. It's really normal to pick up hitchhikers. Oh, thank you. Just breaking. Brian was just found in. Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. I thought when he said just found, I was like, and then it was like, with Joe Biden, I was like, oh, really? But thank you for the super chat. Was that? I don't think that was really a super chat, was it? Because it didn't come up at the top. Or is it on the top? Maybe it's just because I'm on StreamYard. But thank you so much. You got me. You got me there for a split second. Yeah, but that wasn't really a super chat because it didn't come up at the top. Somehow some people are able to fake super chats. Am I wrong or? Because like when people super chat you, it comes up at the top and you can see it kind of like slowly go away. That didn't happen with that. And I know some people are able to somehow fake super chats. I don't know. There's some people that are able to do it. I've noticed it. I don't know how. It's a horrible troll. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I've seen it happen, like with the super chats. Yeah, I don't know how they're able to do it, but some people have figured out how to make it look like they've sent a super chat when they really have it, and you can just tell the difference. Yeah, Nancy having a live with Dawn. We went over that earlier, and she's putting out a Dawn statement, so it doesn't look like he's actually going to be on. It's just that she's putting out a statement, Donald's statement on the Jody Sue video. What do you guys think? What are your predictions on how he's going to feel about that? I think he's going to support it because she speaks about this scream and that backs abduction. Oh, really? Off the cuff.
Hello.
I just pulled up that.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. See how Gwen just did it? Thank you so much. That's so sweet. But I wish you should have used that to be a member. You're so sweet, though. She can't figure out how to become a member. See how hers is at the top? It's all BS with the scream. John Benet Ramsey never heard a scream too. Interesting. Thank you so much, Gwen. See how Gwen's did it at the top? That's what a super chat's supposed to do. I bet no matter what, Don will make it about him. Oh, yeah, he's going to support it because it makes him look innocent, right? Oh, that's so sweet. We've had some good combos. And I emailed you back. See if you... okay, you said I agree with you. Okay. I'm reading your email. I just saw a news piece where I think John Walsh messed up big time. So somebody emailed me this. I'm not going to say who. It just said, I just saw a news piece where I think John Walsh messed up big time, saying that Brian beat Gabby to death and that he saw her body where it was found. And then the screen went black. They took it off. Can't find the interview anymore. It's with Anderson Cooper on CNN. Just thought I'd let you know. Haven't mentioned it to no other YouTuber. You guys heard of this? So let's reread that. It says, I just saw a news piece where I think John Walsh messed up big time, saying that Brian beat Gabby to death and that he saw her body where it was found. And then the screen went black. They took it off. Can't find the interview anymore. It's with Anderson Cooper on CNN. Just thought I'd let you know. Haven't mentioned it to no other YouTuber. Well, let's see if we can find anything on it on YouTube about Anderson Cooper and John Walsh. And it was supposed to be recently? Oh man, I can't find anything on it. I know. Oh, it's horrible. You don't understand how to be a member? It's right by where you hit subscribe. There should also be a join button. Or somebody told me that you could also hit the money sign at the bottom, and then there's a like by the chat, and there's also an option to join members. I wonder why you're a member over. I saw you last night on who's was I watching last night? Oh, no thanks. And you're a member there. How were you able to do it there? Hakuna Matata. I wonder why you were able to do it there, but I can't figure it out here. That's weird. Magoo said, just go to the $sign. It's in the chat box. Click there and you have the option to click to become a member. Thank you, Magoo. So they just walked in with food, but not Wendy's. She said, not anything for you, sweetie. I can't wait to hear how Cher talks about the neighbor's video. Right? Why are so many posting lies about the cause of death? It's not been released, so no one knows, right? Well, right now we're just it's all speculation. Gosh. No fries for you. No fries for you. Okay. Even when I click the $sign, there's no option for it. Huh. Hey, daughter. Phone. Pull up my why do you call me? Since you have an iPhone, check on your phone. Go on your iPhone, pull up my YouTube, and see if there's a join button. Please. Hey, Gary. Yes. I just emailed you a screenshot. What is it? Type in Ziggy Summer Wells, and you'll find me. Oh, look. I watched it last night. John Walsh was dissing his parents and being kind of controversial. So the poor CNN anchor, Matt Anderson Cooper, had to keep scrambling to cover CNN's ass legally. Wow. Here, let me pull up something for you guys to watch real quick. Hey. Okay, so I'm going to pull up a video, guys, for you guys. Let's see, what should we watch real quick? Well, I check something real quick. Okay, so this is Mind Shock. I don't know. I've never heard of them, but let's see.
So those are the main developments. Here's an article, Fox News, by Michael Ruiz. Tennessee sheriff on Summer Wells Everybody's still a suspect, person of interest, however you want to put it. Tennessee investigators vowed this week the search for missing Rogersville 5-year-old Summer Wells is not over almost 2 months after her mother reported her missing from her own home. And is it significant that the mother and not the father reported her missing? Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said in a newly released video that his department is still actively working to find the girl. I understand people's curiosity about where we're at in the case as far as the investigation. I know people speculate, and I understand that, Lawson said, but they have to understand our number one goal from day one is to find Summer. And although investigators have not said who they believe is responsible for the girl's disappearance, Lawson had a message for whomever is responsible. Everybody is still a suspect, person of interest, however you want to put it, Lawson said, and we're still intensively looking into it. Last week, the TBI gave its first official update on the case in nearly a month, but only to announce that law enforcement was not responsible for an image of a purported vehicle linked to the case circulating on social media, nor request for fundraising assistance. Investigators have been searching for a 98 to 2000 model year maroon or red Toyota Tacoma with a full-size ladder rack and white buckets in the bed that may have been near the Wells home at Beach Creek Road and Ben Hill Road on June 14th, 15th, or 16th. So now there's 3 days they can't narrow it down. The driver has been described as a possible witness. The Amber Alert remains in effect for Summer. So let's look at this Tuesday, July 27th article by Kaylin George on Fox17.com. It's not safe. Summer Wells' dad tells podcast her brothers were taken from home. Hawkins County, Tennessee. The father of Tennessee Amber Alert subject Summer Wells told a podcast last week that the missing girl's brothers have been removed from his home. It's been about 6 weeks since 5-year-old Summer went missing from her Hawkins County home. Speaking on the podcast J for Justice, Don Wells said the children were taken a few days ago and confirmed that the DCS was involved in the case. There was no confirmation in the nature of the involvement or if the children were taken by DCS. Speaking with Kingsport Times, Wells told a reporter, "It's not safe at my house." Repeated the statement several times, pointing to people who have showed up at his house in the middle of the night. There's just too much going on and people are crazy as hell, Wells said. When asked by the Times reporter if Wells could confirm the children were taken by DCS, he replied, "I can't answer any questions, buddy." Wells went on to tell the newspaper that people have blown this out of proportion and it's just crazy. It's not safe for my kids. When it comes to the search for his missing 5-year-old, Wells told the Times he doesn't expect to see his daughter alive. Statistically, there's a good chance she's already dead, but if you look at it, statistically, Wells said, "I hate to think that. I love her with all my heart, but only God, if nothing else, I'll see her in the resurrection." Wells continues to believe Summer was abducted. We've had several people sneaking around here, but we've had them sneaking around at night, Wells told the paper. We've never had somebody up there at 5:30 in the afternoon that we know of. They didn't come up the driveway. They came up a dog trail from the woods. The police canine dog that they used, that's where the scent took them. Down through the woods, not the driveway. At Ben Hill Road is where the dog's scent ended. Okay, so based on this information, if that's accurate with the dog scent, so there was a waiting car somewhere.
Okay, sorry guys. I tried to look on my daughter's phone, but in order for she doesn't have a YouTube account and stuff like that. So I didn't make one for her. So I don't know why some people with iPhones are not being able to see the join button. I agree, Rose. I know there's a lot of people that say that, we don't know that they abused them, but they took the kids away. So if that's not proof enough for you, then I don't know what. And plus the conditions and everything you saw, I mean, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know how somebody could not think that they weren't abused. That's just crazy to me. And hey, Randy. So just curious, anybody that has joined the membership, any of you have an iPhone that joined? Because I'm wondering if it's an iPhone thing or... Right? She was bringing home random weirdos she would meet at gas stations when the boys were there. And Summer was there. That was one of the questions that True Crime Commentary asked True. Like, when she brought these people home or from this gas station to party, she's like, was the boys around? And she's like, yeah. Weird. So next to the subscribe button, you don't see it. Or also, if you go to the... hit the button next to the chat where the $sign is. If you hit that, there's not a join membership. Who's saying that? I see a lot of who are you talking to? I hope I didn't upset you. Angie, did I upset you? Randy, do you have the little do you have the little bell clicked so you get my notifications? Ew. It already made Chris's noise. Summer Moon, Utah Wells, where are you, baby? We can't tell. When we find you, we'll get you justice. If it was done by Dawn or Candace, we will keep you alive, Summer Moon. Hopefully find you very soon. It's just my opinion. It angers towards Gabby. Let's be coming with the moon. I better check my almanac. Scotland. Hey, Chasing Justice. Virginia. So I want to know how I upset Angie. I feel bad. Because she became a member. I'm going back to her messages and reading what I missed. Oh, okay. I see. She got upset with Rose. Okay. Okay. Okay, I see. I was starting to feel really bad. Okay. I mean, not, I mean, I'm sorry, Rose, that that happened to you, but I was like, I was confused. Okay. Yeah, sometimes things can get sensitive if, somebody's is if it was about something to do with, sexual identity and stuff like that. Um, I missed it if something was said inappropriate, and I apologize. Um, Me personally, I support people's decisions on whoever they want to be with. It doesn't matter. So I don't know what happened. I could be commenting on something totally off in left field that doesn't even have to do with what you guys are talking about. I got distracted real quick because my daughter came in with my boyfriend with some food and stuff, and they were sitting here talking and stuff. So I muted, and I was distracted, and I was checking up on that membership thing, why it's not working for some of y'all. And yeah, so I'm so sorry. I don't want anybody disrespected, especially about that, anything to do with something like that. Like, and, oh, it wasn't. So I'm wrong. I'm sorry. The sheriff on the case needs arresting. He doesn't have a clue what he is doing. I pulled up a video or is this one right here.
No, the next.
This is Cold Cases with Colette. She talks about if Sheriff Lawson and Don are like distant cousins. I don't know. I've heard that a lot lately. Is that you may know that to be a fact? Or
Hello everyone and welcome back to my true crime channel. I hope you're all well and having a great day. There's a lot of talk at the moment, which is quite weird, as to whether Don Wells is actually related to a member of law enforcement who is investigating his daughter Summer's disappearance. But there's a lot of rumours that are circulating as to whether Don Wells is related to Sheriff Lawson, the sheriff at the centre of the investigation into Summer's disappearance. A lot of people are saying that they're cousins. I've been trying to find out if that's a fact or not. I can't be certain, but I have been hearing a lot about it. What it's got me wondering is if they are related, has it had any impact on the investigation into Summer's disappearance? Have the police got anything to do with Summer's disappearance? Obviously, I'm not suggesting that they do. I don't believe that to be true. But there's a lot of talk around now that if these two people are related, could it be that there's been a cover up? Could it be that the police are even involved or the sheriff's office involved in Summer's disappearance? Or is it not that they're involved because obviously they are in the investigation? Is it more that there's been a cover up? I don't know that there's any truth within this, guys. I've been looking into it. I have found a lot of talk about it, but I cannot find any evidence to document any truth behind it. But often when there is smoke, there is fire, as they say. And I do wonder if there's any truth in the rumours. It does seem weird to me. If true, how come we're only hearing about it now? So have you heard this rumour, guys? Do you think it's true? Do you think if they are cousins or related in some other way, whether it be cousins or not, if there is some kind of relation, do you think it's had an impact on the investigation into Summer's disappearance? Do you think that Sheriff Lawson, if he is related to Don, that he could be biased because of his relation to Don? But I wanted to make a video on it because I've been hearing so much about it, and I just want to know from you guys, how much have you heard, and how much do you think it could be true? So, as I've said in one of my other videos, I've noticed that Don has gone very quiet lately since the dump gate or toilet gate. Let's not go there too much again. Don's only done one more live that I'm aware of. He's gone very quiet. Certain friends of his that run YouTube channels have not had him on there in the last couple of days. I do wonder when he's going to be back. I've not known the man disappear for more than about 48 or 72 hours before he's back speaking out again. I hope he doesn't go quiet and stop talking out about his daughter's disappearance, stop giving these interviews, because one day I really thought he would slip up and let the truth out about what really happened to Summer. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with Dom. Perhaps all the attention has got too much for him. Personally, I don't think that's true. I think he has thrived upon the attention that he's been given in the last 3 months. Is it that Candace doesn't want him speaking out anymore? Is it that the woman that was heard in the background on a couple of live videos, is it that she's given the orders and that's why Don's not talking? I wonder when he's going to turn up again. I doubt it will be long, but I would say if we don't hear from Don Wells within the next week, perhaps we all should be worried that he's not going to speak out again. So I'm currently working my way back through as many interviews that Don has given before. One's to Chris from the interview room, one's to media. Obviously, there are hardly any with Candace, but I'm just trying to go back through things that he said, see if I can pick up anything I hadn't picked up before, look out for red flags and highlight them to you guys in another video. I hope to have these statement analysis videos done over the next couple of weeks for you guys. I am hoping to start covering some other cases. I will be doing the odd video on the Gabby Petito case. I have been very interested by that case. It's a very heartbreaking case. My heart goes out to her family and her friends, especially her parents and her siblings. I can't believe what went on there. It is such a tragic, tragic story. I do believe that Gabby was a victim of domestic abuse. I would like to raise awareness for matters such as domestic abuse and domestic violence. I don't think they're talked about enough. Hopefully, if anything comes from Gabby's tragic death, perhaps it will be that abuse, especially domestic violence and domestic abuse, are talked about more and people feel less shame to talk about it and come forward and tell their stories, which hopefully will help them. So anyway, guys, as always, I want to hear your thoughts. Pop them comments below. Have you heard about whether Don and Sheriff Lawson are related? Do you think they could be? Do you think it's a load of old hooey that someone's made up? Because let's face it, there's been a lot of hoaxes. Perhaps it's another one of Don and Candace's famous hoaxes. I really wouldn't be surprised. Well, anyway, guys, it's just a short one from me. I just wanted to ask, have you heard about this? Do you think it's true? If Don and this sheriff are related, could it have impacted on Summer's case, on a disappearance not being fully investigated? I don't believe that to be true, so that's not what I'm trying to put out. I'm just interested to know your thoughts. I do think it's rather weird if they are related. It's only come out now. Could it be that Don's put it out and it's false information? Could it be that someone else with a sick mind has made it up? But I've noticed a lot of talk about it across the internet in more than one place, which leads me to believe there could be some truth in it. Obviously, there might not be, but let me know what you think. I always want to know what you think about Summer's case. Pop your comments below. Let me know if you've heard about it, and if you have, do you think there's any truth in it? I just want to say a big thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you. Thank you to all of my old subscribers that have been with the channel for quite a long time. I really appreciate.
Yeah, that's a good point, Carol. Usually CPS would be called in a domestic violence case, right? I'm thinking maybe it's because it's like a new option on my channel, like just a couple days ago. So maybe it just hasn't appeared yet for some. I don't know. I don't know. They need to, I mean, it will probably start appearing. In a couple days, I guess. I appreciate though you guys like trying and wanting to it, but I want you guys to be able to be in on the Discord. Let's see here. It's true apparently, but can I understand why Don Wells wouldn't want it to come out? I could see why Lawson wouldn't want it to come out. I have to drop a different link for iPhone users? Okay, well, I'll look into that while I play this video. It is from it's only 8 minutes long, but I don't know. It's from Bushcraft D.
This lady is Jay. She was a neighbor of Candace and Dawn. She lived at 125 Ben Hill Road in the Beach Creek community. She has 2 children with a man whose family owns the property at 125 Ben Hill Road. She states the day before Summer went missing was a normal day. It was a normal routine day for her. It was Monday, June 14th, 2021. Some land was being sold and JD came to look at the land to purchase it. This lady showed JD the land and JD was going to purchase it, but the deal fell through. JD said he was being misled on the property location and the size of the property by the realtor. She stated there were a lot of people in the area due to the sale of land. People were coming to view the parcel of land. She stated her male partner had a verbal altercation with JD. She said JD, quote, struck her stomach a little funny, unquote. She stated JD gave her such a strange vibe that she gave JD a verbal warning about her children. The man she lived with called the sheriff's department about JD giving them trouble. JD left and went to a hotel, allegedly. She stated that JD gave them a weird feeling as such that later that night they went looking at all the hotels in the area to see if they could find his truck, but they couldn't find it. She states JD, quote, was a little off, unquote. She said all the events that happened leading up to Summer's disappearance, quote, was a perfect storm, unquote. She states JD is, quote, low on her list, unquote. She said JD lied to her about his age, saying he was younger than he actually was. She also stated there were crews working in the area cleaning the electric lines. She states the day Summer went missing, it was a normal day for her children and her. She said she and her children were in their cabin. The doors were open. It was a nice day. They were sitting on the bed in the cabin, and they were laughing and cutting up, laughter, jokes, having a good time. She said she heard a car door, and they went outside to check it out. They walked the bank and looked to see if they could see anything. She said she heard a car go up Dawn and Candace's driveway, and knowing the sounds of the Wells vehicles, she thought it was a different car. She saw a flash of red. The vehicle never made the whole loop of the driveway, she said. She said something didn't sound normal and look normal about the vehicle. She states that from about 4:30 to 4:42 in that time frame, she heard a scream, as did both her children. She said at first she thought it might have been a dog. She said she knows what the kids sound like when they play, and she didn't think it was Candace and Dawn's children. She said she searched in the creek for Summer, and as she was searching, she heard a vehicle come down the road. She heard Candace talking to someone, and she was in Candace Hare's truck. She said Candace was talking.
Okay, so while we were watching this, I looked into why some people aren't able to see the join button. And I found that there's a link that you can use For some reason, some people don't see it, and I guess that's a common issue. So if you want to become a member, like if Gwen, or which I already know you just donated, so you might not want to, but I'm just saying, anybody, there's the link that I just posted. If you're not able to see the join button, there you go. And please, after joining, be sure to join the Discord for members. And thank you so much, Hakuna. You tried so hard for the last couple of days, and I really appreciate your perseverance. And, you know, that makes me feel good that you like it here enough that you tried that hard to join. So I don't understand how she could see all through those trees and to where that car went. Yeah, she said that she saw a flash of red, and she can tell like difference between the sounds of the vehicles, because thank you. Yay, it worked. Thank you so much, Gwen. Thank you so much. Be sure to join that. If you can't find that link, I will send it to you. Both of you guys, Hakuna or whoever. So she said it sounded differently than what Dawn and Candace's vehicles would sound. And also, anybody who wants to come up here and speak on anything, come up here anytime. You don't have to stay up here forever. You could stay up here. You can stay up here as long as you want, as long as we're here. And if there's nobody else that wants to talk, then it doesn't really matter how long you stay up. It helps give me something to talk about, and it interests the people, other people's opinions. Jody's daughter did think it was Candace's children, but Jody's daughter did think it was Candace's children. About what? About probably because you're probably speaking on the video that I was not really paying attention to much, because I was trying to figure out this situation with this link. Yeah, save that. I know where to find it now. I did go to my membership area, and there's a link, and I read a little article about the issue. She said that they cleared all those trees, giving her a clear view. Oh, because of those tree people? Well, and also about this, her quote and stuff about, a lot of people say it's also Cher's favorite quote that she has on her Facebook, and her saying her new bestie, talking about a new bestie who's the most stalked person she's ever met. I mean, now people thinking it's Cher. It's like, I guess it could be Cher too, because, there's a lot of people who don't like Cher as well as don't like Candace, but I mean, Candace would definitely be way more stalked than, but anyways, it will be interesting to see if it comes out, like, if this lady is friends with Cher or Candace. It's going to come out. It's going to come out, and it's going to come out soon. This Summer, and I would love Gabby being Summer's mother. Poor Summer has never had a living mother. Yeah. You Zigster, you. I couldn't come up with a better name, okay? Oh, man. If Cher is messing with this poor lady, I swear. Or if a lot of people are thinking she's Cher's bestie, I don't know. Because of this. Because of this that I posted on my community wall. In case you haven't seen, just one more time. But it is very, very interesting. This is on that neighbor lady's Facebook, on her About section. If you read the whole thing, she states how, and by what she says, we can tell that this was written recently. Like it would have had been recently, like within the last, since Summer went missing, because it talks about, you'll just have to read it all. I'm not going to read it all because everybody's heard it a million times and I don't want to, like everybody here has read it a million times or heard it a million times, because I just was kind of shocked by it. But the important, most shocking info is the end of her about section, where she states that, you know, she's talking about how much she loves her friends and stuff. And she's, you know, and she says, especially the one person who I found of late that I think may be my twin from a past life. LOL, even if she is the most stalked person I have ever met. I wouldn't trade her love, or I wouldn't trade her for love nor money. Her friendship has meant the most to me, and I'm not sure what I would do without her. And our talks at 4 a.m. when my head won't stop turning and obsessing. And then below it, she said, her favorite quote is, I think he knows that you know that I know he knows. And then people are like, well, that looks like a quote that Cher's used. That favorite quote has me feeling like, A, this is another sick game, hilarious to Dawn and Candace, but this time they're trying to bring Cher into the madness to retaliate against her opinion of them now. Or B, this was a screenshot from a troll account. No, this is definitely from this lady's account. Nope, says 120 Acres. I vote her new friend is Cher. Look at the favorite quote. Right there is all you need to know. Exactly who this new friend is. Because I guess, I don't know. I guess this quote is something that Cher uses. That he knows that you know that I know that he knows. I tried to find it. Somebody, let me see if anybody's replied, because I was trying to find where that quote is. She said, Breaking Cycle said, she's definitely there to support Candace. Haven't heard the same about Dawn, though, right? Interesting favorite quote. Definitely heard that from a certain channel. And then 120 Acres says, exactly. We know where that quote came from, and who is all over belly aching about how much she is hated. And I asked, do you know where I can find this quote on Cher's channel? Cuckoo Kachu says, so you're telling me I watched a 3-hour video at double speed of this lady babbling on and on how they're not besties, they're just cordial neighbors, and it's all BS? And who stalks Candace besides her own husband? Well, we kind of, us YouTubers kind of stalk her, to be honest. Just because we want to know where Summer is. Winter Renee says, I seen the same saying on one of Cher's posts in the comments section. It's in her computer community tab, and it's Cher talking about how all creators need to get together and solve cold cases. Somebody commented the exact same quote. I'm going to go back and look at the post again. And I responded, I'm trying to find out. Let me know if you see it. And I haven't heard back, but... So I watched the video too, and I believed it is to be another Wells hoax. Where is Summer? Most important words here. Where is Summer? Dawn, Candace, like, come on. The gig's up. It's time to just tell us where she is. Like, really, look at all this craziness, and you guys know what happened to her. That's so frustrating, guys. They know what happened to her. Every time I think of it, it pisses me off because, like, and here all of us are just like trying to find Summer or trying to solve this. But yet the whole time, Dawn and Candace know. You can't tell me differently. I just don't, they know where she is. Maybe they didn't hurt her themselves, but they know where she is. Does it say the new friend is Candace? I can barely read it, says Tanya Joy. It doesn't say that, but I feel like it doesn't say that specifically. but we were just thinking it sounded awfully like she was talking about Candace. Technique Girl says, shaking my damn head. I think she wants her 15 minutes of fame and doesn't know shit. Birds of a feather. Alley Cat says, agree. And 120 Acres says, amen. I sure do agree. How long till her address is Ben Hill Road once again? Paula said, who is the one that posted the video associated with, I wonder? True Crime Comedy put the full video out, and they definitely aren't on Team Candace. They pulled it from our Facebook page. And Betsy Rivera says, I need a martini. Magoo, yes, using the name Jody Sue Brown. What did Magoo say? You're talking about voices behind the toilet. Oh, all these names like that people come up with for her. Her timeline still leaves 1 hour and 20 minutes open. Uh-oh, who's messing with Ziggy? Her story can't be so, in my opinion. A creator showed Candace was on Facebook posting it. Yes! You're exactly right, Mary. She did. Candace did make a post, whether it was a new picture. And in the picture, you can see, it's not any longer on Candace's Facebook, but on the picture, you can see what looks to be Summer's arm at the side of the picture. Was that posted in a way to make it seem like, I mean, I don't know. I think it was an old picture that she posted. I went on Jody Sue Brown last night and put her right in her place about stalking. What do you mean? Jody's not stalking me at all. Jody was live last night. No, I do have somebody stalking me, but it's these other people that are just, as well, mainly one person who's using several accounts, and she's just upset about the CPS info. She's upset that I've said it so many times, but she's doing all kinds of crazy things, and I'm not going to mention everything because yet, but I will someday probably. But it's not Jody Sue that's stalking me, guys, at all. It's a lady named Janine Morel. Slam that like. Thank you. I'm still thinking Summer died that day and the kidnapping is a cover-up story. Yes. There's a huge pedo ring in Tennessee. It's either going to bust up from Little Summer or big distraction to keep it covered. Yeah, I think this does have to do. Yes, of course. I like your readings. I think they're accurate. I do think that this situation with Summer does have to do with pedophilia. That's just my opinion. I think there's something to do with that. Let me go down here to the bottom. Yes, right? Exactly, Mary. It doesn't matter if the picture was old. She was caught posting on Facebook while Summer is missing. Exactly. At you said 6:06. That sounds about right. It was like between 6 and 6:30. We'll say that for sure. And then, I mean, that doesn't even make sense. I want to know about that. I want to hear somebody ask about that. Cher, please ask Dawn about that. And I don't want a statement that you write up for him. I want Dawn's voice telling us what that was. Why there was a post at 6 p.m. minutes before cops were called with Summer missing. But yet Summer was missing at that point, right? Because according to this neighbor or whatever, didn't she say something like there was something about, I don't know, somebody said that she said Summer went missing about 4:30? That all this was happening at 4:30, but yet cops weren't called till like 6 or 6:30? About yeah, that's another theory that it's, let me think exactly what it was. What did I write down? I wrote notes on that too. Okay. That this was all a plan with between Candace and this Jody lady. Like, it was a team effort to try to change the narrative as far as like people. This is just a theory. As far as people being upset with Candace, it was just a new idea basically to try to, I wrote down just certain words, like it was a new idea, this whole situation with this neighbor coming out to try to clear some, to focus more on this abduction theory, to bring some heat off Candace. And yeah, they have a friendship. I totally believe this lady and Candace are friends. Please subscribe to Gwen's channel. She's posted, or Gwen, are you not a wrench? I can't see on my StreamYard whose wrench is. So you are now, aren't you though? She said she heard a scream at 4 or something, but Donna Candace said she didn't go missing till 6 something. Shit's not matching up, right? So a scream was heard at 4:30 to 4:42. Let's see. Oh, no. I don't want to post his. Sorry. We can see.
Bob from.
We can see what Scott H thinks real quick, but I think that he agrees with her. Probably because he's part of true crime commentary, and they are the ones that put out the videos of the neighbor. So let's just see real quick. Like, I'm gonna just I might fast forward through it. Right, dead cactus. Trail cams, yeah. You would think somebody. I'm here just feeding the baby, and if he gets angry, if I take too long. Yeah, so somebody sent me something about that, about there being this pump. Somebody sent me pictures on that a while back. I know. I think a lot of creators don't want to she states she has like major health issues and stuff, and it's kind of like nobody wants to ever go against somebody like that because, if they're dealing with major health issues, it's just people don't like to go against the people that are suffering or that say they're suffering or whatever. And she has been in a very abusive relationship, and there's definite evidence of that. So that is very true. So people don't like to question someone like that. Initially, like, I thought the story was from her memory and was correct from what she remembered it, until during the live yesterday while we were talking about it, I had somebody send me that screenshot from her Facebook. Then I started questioning it a little bit because I was like, I don't know if I can really trust somebody who's a BFF with Candace. Naturally, if you're friends with somebody, you're going to want to kind of protect them a little bit, especially if they're your best friend. And if this is who she's talking about on that screenshot, like how, these late night talks at 4 a.m. And if she's talking about Candace, she's really going to want to protect this person who has helped her through one of the hardest times of her life. She doesn't believe, or Scott doesn't believe everything she says. I think maybe at first I was like, oh, okay, this is just, I believe she believes what she's saying is true, but is it all true? And then I was thinking maybe Candace made it seem like she was all upset, and because she knew that the neighbor was down there, and they put on this all theatric, show to make it seem like Candace, make it seem like she was upset so that there would be witnesses to her being all upset and sad. Because we have not seen this Candace. As far as, the neighbor saying she was so upset, and if you would have just saw her face, if you would have just heard her that day. We haven't seen her upset like that, except the time on the hoax call. What's the link to come up? Here it is. Uh-oh. Okay. And the shed thing, somebody was mentioning that too earlier before you got here, West Virginia, and was saying, like, there is something weird about the shed. It's just, Mom? Too many things have come up about it. Yeah. Can I go? Go, because you didn't go to school today. What? You're not allowed to go to school events if you didn't go to school. Listen, hold on. Yeah, you are.
Hey, gosh,
Hey.
it's loud on my end. Woo. Okay, I gotta turn that down. Hold on. Ooh, Lordy.
My daughter was asking to go to a football game, but she didn't go to school today, so I don't think that you're allowed to if you didn't go to school. I don't know.
Oh my God. Those days, teenagers, right? I do not miss them.
It starts at 7.
But I feel better, Mom. I'm totally fine.
I mean, she can't. I told her she can't miss any more days. But then I told her she has no, if she misses today, she has no more days that she can miss because you only have a certain date, many days you could miss a semester, before
yeah.
I start getting on you. So she can't miss anymore, and she has a couple more months until the next semester. So, anyways,
Oh, yeah.
what's up?
Not much. I just thought I'd come up and join you. You seem lonely up there. You kept asking people to come up, so I was like, all right, well, why not? I'll join you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
But
care who if I'm reading the messages. I don't care who it is if they are friends with the Wells. There's something fishy. Yes.
for reals,
Yeah. I mean,
that's for sure. That is a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact.
102 days. Summer Moon Utah Wells has been missing. Come on, FBI, find this baby girl. The world deserves answers as we love Summer more than her parents. Another law enforcement needs to investigate. Yeah, look how much people are, to what extent they're going through to find Brian.
You know what I don't understand is why is it stuck at TBI and why has not the nationwide FBI gotten involved? Because I think as long as it's stuck in Tennessee, nothing is going to come of it. I think that it's so corrupted there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the local
Well,
TBI. Because everything's right there in Hawkins County, in Jonesboro, in that whole area, that even the TBI hasn't gone completely throughout the whole state. And that concerns me a lot for Summer, getting the proper investigation, especially considering that not too long before or right after Summer went missing, there was a big bust in Tennessee that there were 6 people arrested, and 2 kids were rescued, right? But the bust came out. It was from the FBI itself and a task force, and it came out of Kentucky, and a bunch of different groups, not groups, but different police forces work together, like task forces work together. You can Google it. But it started in Kentucky. And so that had just happened, literally days after Summer went missing. And at first I was like, what? Okay, so this is done. They caught them. Okay. About the time that they said that Dawn got arrested, actually. So maybe it was a few weeks or a month. And I thought, oh, that's it. He got arrested in this raid that happened.
a pedophile ring thing.
Yeah, it was for trafficking, human trafficking that had happened. And but it was initiated out of the state of Kentucky. And there was this whole task force that has been looking into human trafficking along that whole corridor running from the East Coast all the way through, and it went through Oklahoma, it went through Tennessee, of course, Tennessee, Oklahoma, Missouri, all the way up through Kentucky and everything. And so the question that always has plagued me in all of this is, how did they miss that little piece of the corridor there where the Summer Wells case is happening? How did that happen during that same time? They managed to rescue 2 children and bust 6 people, and we right in the middle of the Summer Wells case. That got ignored, and this just had happened. And I get that they had to do the bust, but then why didn't they curve back around? That task force kind of curve back around and start reinvestigating that area again, or those task forces start reinvestigating. And I don't know that they're not.
Yeah.
But if they are, which I hoped, I hope to all there is that they are, because then maybe someone is actually looking into if there is corruption in TBI, if there is corruption in, which we, almost without a shadow of a doubt, within local law enforcement. And I say that because Donna grew up in a small town in Missouri that had only a sheriff's department for years. And for years, sheriffs are elected. And often they come from within the community, and often their families have been there since the inception of that town. And so they get elected. They don't have to have any qualifications, and they get elected on name recognition.
Yeah, because
So they don't have to have any law enforcement background, really. They're just a figurehead that is elected based on who they know. It's a political position. And because of that, that's why Ronnie Lawson has been able to hold that position as long as he has. And it's an unfortunate thing that he has held it as long as he has. But if you look and see, like we showed, I think yesterday, how many cases of people have been busted with the last name Lawson. There's some
right.
pretty serious crimes. And I guarantee you, in a community that small, they're all his kin.
Yep.
It's inevitable, because when I look back at the census, the first appearance of the name Lawson was a Rachel Lawson in 1830. In
I think
Hawkins County.
I think you tried to send me something like with that, or genealogy and stuff, and it didn't come. When I hit the link, it pulled up, but it didn't pull up anything. It was like an ancestor. It didn't. I don't think it pulled up what you were trying to send.
Yeah.
But McGoo says that a while back I called TBI about this, so maybe she's talking about the ring that you're speaking on. And Glitter Queen, I don't know. I don't know why it says you don't have a mic. That's weird. You maybe take your headset off and then just use because like right now I'm just using my speaker that's, I guess, on my computer, or I have a webcam attached, but so maybe it's. But anyways, yeah, try it without your headset.
Is it muted? Look, check your mic button down at the bottom too. It might be muted.
Yeah, she says it's saying that she doesn't have a mic like at all, which is weird. May says in Britain, if a child goes missing, the parents are arrested and the property obliterated till they're 100% certain no foul play involved. They would not be allowed to live at the house.
Yeah, and here's something that really, 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 really shocked me initially when Summer went missing. The fact that house was not ever treated like a crime scene.
Yeah, I know, right? That's weird.
And Grandma's truck, which is the last vehicle that Summer supposedly, I'm still not convinced, but supposedly was in, that Grandma was allowed to leave in her truck. It should have been impounded and gone over forensically. And the fact that the house was never sealed off and treated like a crime scene was shocking to me, because even though they suspected that she may have wandered off or whatever, they didn't know that. They didn't know that there wasn't a crime committed there. And so the fact that they didn't know that, I would assume that the smartest thing to do would have been to treat it as if it were, so that they could collect all the evidence possible. But they never did any of those things, and they let Grandma leave. Even the TBI, which was so surprising to me.
All they took was their phones.
Yeah, when they say, "Oh, everybody is still kind of a suspect," then why did they let her leave the state?
Yeah, it's weird.
Why would they do that? And
why didn't they impound that freaking car that Dawn took to work? Too.
Why would they
what is
not
it?
impound the vehicles? Why would they not have treated the home like a crime scene so that they could investigate every nook and cranny of that home and really like gone in and checked for fingerprints on everything to see if there were fingerprints of any strange males in there?
Yeah,
Because if it was an abduction, they needed to see that. I mean, because if it was an abduction, then it was a crime scene. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And the
Uh,
fact that none of that stuff happened seems so bizarre to me. And
they said,
I
B. Scottish said that is true. They did let Robin and Dotson into the house, didn't they? Or did they not? Or
Yeah, they did. And they let all kinds of people
and
immediately onto that property to contaminate that crime scene. And so, and then they never treated it like a crime scene ever. They never had any kind of forensics out there to really check that area.
yeah, they need to tear down that shed like that. I mean, everybody thinks that shed is so highly suspect. Like with that floor, somebody thinks something's in a shed. Like so many people think that. I just want to say to Glitter Queen real quick, my computer is also custom built, so for gaming, and I don't know. I don't have. I think it's from my. I have a webcam plugged into the back of my computer, and I think that's where my mic is on the webcam. So I don't know if there's anything you can plug into your computer, like a, I don't know, maybe a different headset, or I don't know. That is weird that's saying that though. So I don't know. I wish you could come up though. Um,
Yeah.
Sorry for cutting you off, Gwen. I
No,
hate
that's okay.
when people think I'm ignoring them.
No, absolutely not. I think about that shed a lot too, especially because what is it? Who is the woman who does the dowsing rod? Spirit Seeker, or is it Spirit Seeker Squad?
The Spirit Seeker Squad. I've never seen. I've only. I don't know. I haven't watched her channel much, but she is a wrench here, I think, at this channel, and she's usually here. I'm not sure. Does she? Some people in chat probably know. She's the one that uses. I know she uses cards, but
She does. There's someone. She's got great energy, and really, I've seen a lot of spirits around her, and
is it Chip? Is it Chip the one that's
no,
totally
it's not
also?
Chip.
Okay,
It's not
Chip
Chip.
does use them too, but
No, Chip just
I
got
want to get
dowsing
some of
rods.
those.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having them either because I use my pendulum a lot, and
Yeah.
my pendulum's very very accurate. But um,
So what is
no,
your? Do you want to, or I don't even know if you want to even say on here what you feel about the neighbor lady, like with as far as like on the reading you did or not, if you don't want
yeah,
to.
no, I'm
Okay.
totally okay with it. So
Okay.
this is what happened. I waffled on whether or not I wanted to ever do a reading on Summer Wells, especially after the last reading I did on the baby. Um, I'm not great. I really kind of don't like true crime. I've told you that. I'm only involved in Summer because of my connection to her in regard to the way I grew up
Right.
similarly to her. And but when I watched the video with Jody, I got I'm a very 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 strong intuitive empath, and I got a lot of red flags in that video. And I didn't want to necessarily comment during the video because I like people to form their own opinions. I don't
Mhm.
always want to insert my opinion. Um, I like to hear what other people think when they're watching things. And so I wasn't even sure if I wanted to insert my opinion or what I thought or what I felt from that. From watching her. I know that she was horribly abused.
Yeah.
That is very apparent just from her energy and her aura. It can't be missed. But when I decided, I woke up very kind of middle of the night, and I decided that I was going to do a reading at 3 a.m., which a lot of people know is really the liminal hour. That's when the veil is the thinnest between the spirit world and the mundane world, because I wanted the most accurate reading on her possible and on that situation. So I did the reading at 3 a.m. And I don't typically do my readings at that time, but for some reason it felt really important with this reading, I think because it was in connection to summer. So the first card I drew was a card to get a sense of the energy. And you're welcome to put the photo up if you want that I sent you of the reading I
Oh,
did.
okay. Okay. I was just about to post your link here this is Gwen's channel. And then right now I was posting that while we were talking. So,
Well, my channel isn't the channel I do readings on. Actually, my channel, I have a terminal disease. I have frontal temporal lobe dementia, and with Lewy bodies, which is what Robin Williams had. And it's a very, very slow progressing disease. But I am working currently, and I'm going to launch in October my tarot and spiritual guidance channel. And then along with that, I want to do a Patreon so that I can do spiritual counseling for people that might feel kind of stuck, like not knowing where they want to go. Sometimes depression can be a spiritual stuckness. I know that from my own path. And so as an empath, my job with people is often not to tell people anything, but just to maybe plant seeds, you know? Hey, have you thought about this? You know, like I don't have any answers for people, but I have ideas about things that might work for you. You know, these meditate on this, think on this, because I can really feel what somebody else is feeling. And it doesn't matter about distance at all. You know, I can feel what you're feeling from here. So
yeah.
once we make a connection, I'm connected to you, and then I can feel you. And then I can also do good, you know, really good tarot readings on people and things like that. Anyways, so feel free to show the reading
Yeah,
I did on
I'm trying to
Jody.
pull up the cards. For some reason I'm trying to save it as a image, and for some reason it's not. Okay, here. Let me try this. Okay. Let me, because I want to, that would probably help you to explain what you were, if I pull it up here.
Well, I don't know if here.
For some reason, it's not opening. I can pull it from my email, but it's like
It's
partly
okay. It's okay. Basically, what I got was the underlying energy was a friendship card, which showed the friendship between.
Here you go.
There it
It's
is.
up.
So here's the bottom card was the friendship, which is the trees, the two trees, which I found interesting because one has less leaves than the other. And I don't know if you guys remember during the interview where she talked about the leaves were thinning, you know, they were thinner and then thickened up. But
Oh yeah, she did.
yeah.
Right.
So I found that really interesting when I saw that friendship card. She talked about it. Initially, the leaves were really thin and she could see really clearly, but then everything thickened up a lot. And I found that a little bit suspect too. But anyway, so that was the initial energy. And I use the Crow Tarot. I find it very telling of a lot of things. I start from the top. I start from the top left and work my way down in the Crow Tarot. So this was the first card I drew. And it shows you the two crows. They're both so busy stockpiling, and they're standing on, this is a 3 of Pentacles, and they're so busy stocking up and picking the berries that they don't even see the Pentacles. And the Pentacles can often represent money. Okay. So this represents friends that are stockpiling money. And to me, this represented that these 2 women were stockpiling money. And it looked like perhaps that this was Candace helping her stockpile money to get off of that mountain. Remember, she talked about, because she's on top of a mountain, to get off of that mountain that was her prison.
Yep.
The next card is the Wheel of Fortune. So, see, she came upon that Wheel of Fortune to get off that mountain. She hit it. She got the Wheel of Fortune. The next card that comes up is Temperance. And Temperance is about, well, it can be about a million things, but really in this, I think if you look, it's about things pouring out into that cup. You know, that's information pouring out and things coming out. But it's followed by the Ace of Swords. And that Ace of Swords is a bunch of energy shooting up through that sword, coming out. And that too is also information. And I feel like she was given an opportunity to pay back and give that information after she hit that Wheel of Fortune. You see what I'm saying? That's what Spirit was telling me at the time when I read it. The last card is the 4 of Cups. And she's standing on 3 very, very full cups, but she can only focus on the one in the distance. That's the one she can only see. And I think that that's because she's only being able to look back at what is missing in her life. And that is very clear when she keeps referring to Voldemort and the abuse, and that's still her focus. And that, I don't think, has anything to do with the video, but I think that has to do with her mindset and where she was at. This speaks very much, this bottom left one speaks very much to where she talked about them being prisoners on that mountain, you know, being prisoners. I think less that Candace is a prisoner. Candace has a lot of freedom. She has that Subaru. She goes where she wants. She does what she wants. She clearly has money to go buy things at the hippie house and, you know, traipse all over with the kids or do whatever. I think that 2 women were prisoners on those mountains was more to try and rescue the image of Candace. I think that Jody probably was very much a prisoner on that mountain. But I think she was trying to rescue Candace's image. That's what I was getting. That's what Spirit was telling me during the reading. I gotta take off my glasses. So
That's her friends.
Again, we have. Pardon me?
That you feel like they're
I get that it's a new. I get that it's a new friendship forming. I don't get that I think that they were neighbors. I think they probably have helped each other out in the past. I think probably when Jody was abused by her husband, Candace probably has taken photos and vice versa. But that does not a friendship make. It can create a kind of bond between women, but I don't think that it necessarily makes a friendship. I think that's something different, entirely different. Again, the 4 of Pentacles came up, and that speaks to me of payment received. And if you look in the background, there's a cityscape.
Is she breaking up just for? Is it me that's breaking up, or is she breaking up? Because she's like, is it? Am I frozen or is she frozen? So you. Oh, okay. So I'm good. What? I'm talking here. Okay.
Me that
Oh,
she the next to
you were frozen. You're frozen. Oh no.
the cash in hand to getting away. And then what I found interesting was the death card.
Mm-hmm.
I was really thrown by the death card, and I kind of had to pendy over it because I was like, why is that suddenly appearing? But then I realized that it was the death of her old life.
Okay.
And it looks to me that she's having a rebirth. And if you look, see, there's the dead body, but then there's a new body coming up from that old body. So it's the death of an old life. And then next to it, you see the two crows together.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Two of Wands. And I think that is the two of them, Candace and her, in cahoots. And that budding friendship that is budding up, where they've come into cahoots. And I think it is of convenience. They both got what they wanted out of this. Candace gets a better image, and she got her freedom.
Yeah.
So that's what I got out of the reading.
Did you ever check to see if she really heard a scream, like from your pendulum?
Yes, I pendied on whether she ever really heard the scream. I did it twice. I did it once, as you know, during the video, and got a very strong no. She never heard a scream. I did it again during this reading and got a very strong no again. Spirit was really clear. There's no way she heard that scream. There was no scream.
Wow. So
yeah.
So basically, wow. Can she get in trouble for putting out information like that that's incorrect if she is lying about that?
I don't know what the law. I don't know anything about the law, so probably for false testimony. But
yeah, I don't know because, I mean, if you remember, Dawn didn't come out with the about the scream until like a couple months after Summer was taken, which is weird because it would have backed his whole abduction theory. So why did he just come out with it, like a month or so ago? And then here's this lady being like, oh yeah, I was the one that heard the scream and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if she can really get in trouble since it's like just on social media. I don't know.
Right. I mean, I think unless she went to TBI with that information, if she testified to TBI,
right? If she told yeah.
Right. I don't know. And I think that that's the problem. I think that when TBI says, like, there's been so much from social media that's been misleading, perhaps that's some of the stuff they're talking about. People coming forward with these kinds of things and they don't have anything that's verifiable. And that can be, they have to sift through a lot to get verifiable stuff. And when someone says, I was 2.5 miles away and I heard a scream, well, Donna and I owned 15 acres. And I can tell you that when she was at the barn, which was half an acre from the house, I could not hear her, nor could she hear me from the barn to the house. So,
and you even screamed for her before, like,
yes, we had a bell. Like there was a bell out there. Yeah. I mean, we had cattle out there. So, like, there's just sometimes And like I asked Donna, because she grew up on that land, I said, okay, at the height of your youth, when your eyes were good, could you see to the other side of your 15 acres? And she said, I could see bodies, but I couldn't identify who they were. Like when she was a child, like at her farthest neighbors. And I said, so a 40 some odd woman or 30 some odd woman, could they have made out what was going on at the neighbor's house 2.5 miles away? She said, no, no way. And remember, sound travels up, not across. So you
Well,
need to think about that.
she wasn't 2.5 miles away from Candace. She was across the street, right? 0.2 miles away.
Oh, 0.2
Like
miles away.
yeah, a couple blocks. Well, that's driving distance, so that's even they're with. So you have to go. That's like along the road and the driveways, probably.
That's still
So
probably
straight across.
more.
Yeah,
That's still probably more than 2 acres.
yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
sure how many. If maybe somebody in the comments know how many. I mean, I could Google it. Obviously, like how many.
I guarantee you, their driveway is at least a half acre to 1 acre, going up to the Wells property. And then if you take into account trees, which do muffle sound, whether they have leaves or not, and sound travels up, not across. So if she was down in the holler, okay, you know what I mean? Or like if Candace's house was down in the holler and she lived up here, she would have been a lot more likely to hear what was going on down in the holler than straight across from the holler. It's just like the way sound travels, unless somehow she was in a kind of a megaphone shape. That's the only thing I can think of that would have made that correct sound-wise. That her property uniquely was megaphone shaped, but from the pictures, there's so many trees around. Her property was so isolated.
I know it is. I pulled it up on Google Maps yesterday. I could do it again. It's like, and I'll do that. But there is so many trees like around her. I mean, I know that the trees clear out, but that was summer. Like late summer.
How did she have a clear line of sight to see the vehicle? Then she also never mentioned the vehicle leaving. The other thing that was, she said several times she knew getting up to get to the door, she needed help with this and this. But then she said she walked that creek those hours. And
You're buffering again, unfortunately.
huh?
You're for occasionally. We lose you for. I mean, you were good for a long time, and then it's like, here's this, and first I'm gonna read We Scottish Mall. Ziggy, I think voice.
Now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think now. I think. Like you'll be good for several minutes, and then it's just like quiet completely. Kind of like how when I've talked to you on the phone, it gets sometimes. I like cracking cases, but I can't watch them because they have the mods Benny does. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't like. I can't. I don't like cracking cases because they seem all up in that circle of Benny and Don and Cher and stuff and We Scottish Mall says, Ziggy, I think Voices Behind the Wall and Queasy are behind this. They all share the same mods on the new channel that's talking to this lady. Oh, they do? As of True Crime Commentary? See, like, I would think that but True Crime Commentary is the one that put it up first on their channel, and they're not for Dawn at all. And I don't think that they're. Are you there? I think we hear you now.
Is that
Are you
better?
there, Gwen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah, a little
okay?
bit. Yeah, actually a lot.
Okay. Downsides of living in Mexico.
I know it gets like that when I'm talking to you on the phone sometimes too. Like it's it's weird. So here's the map. Can you see the screen?
No, it's Mexico life.
Gwen, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I see it.
So the red thing is 125 Ben Hill
Her
Road.
house.
But and then you see this circle, this clearing across, like let's see. Can you see my cursor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's Ben Hill. That's
Yep.
Ron and Candace, this little circle. But actually I just remembered too that on Tiffany Marie, she put up a map. I guess she has an iPhone. She must have put, I don't know. Maybe you guys can recognize. I don't know why. Okay, here on our community tab. Well, here's breaking news. The U.S. District Court of Wyoming issued a federal arrest warrant for Brian Christopher Laundrie pursuant to a federal grand jury indictment related to Mr. Laundrie's activities following the death of Gabby Petito. Huh. Well, I thought you already had a warrant for the fraud and
Yeah,
stuff.
but this is a grand jury, so that would be federal, right? Because it's a U.S. District Court.
$20,000 report. Okay, so here's Tiffany's map. I don't know. It makes it look closer though. She has 125 Ben Hill Road there, and then 110 Ben Hill Road on her community tab. And in this map, I know it doesn't come up exactly correct when you put, because I put in 110 Ben Hill Road in Google Maps, and it kind of has it at the wrong area. They actually have 165 Ben Hill Road as like on top of Dawn's house, like on the map. It's weird.
Hold on a second.
Oh.
I'm going to change my windows out so you can hear me
I think
better.
I can hear you so much better now.
I know.
Like,
I changed out to these ones. They're clearer.
Oh, you're talking about squall. Hey, whoa, that's loud. You're talking about squall tits. I don't know why they picked that name. I can't believe that they are allowing, she was allowing that screen name, but we watched some of it yesterday.
Let me tell you, from having lived both in Tennessee and having lived in the country, hold on, let me turn this down. Am I too loud?
Yes. Oh no, this is from yesterday. Never mind. This is yesterday. Yeah, it is loud. I don't know why.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's like really loud. I'm not sure why.
Am I too loud now?
Yeah, but I mean, how's everybody else? Can anybody else? What's everybody else think? This is from yesterday. I'm wrong, guys. I thought this was a post from today.
I just turned my volume down. That would help.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit better. But,
okay.
I mean, as long as you don't talk super loud. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I was like yelling to the other one, but I think this is better. Hopefully this will be better. Okay, so
thank you.
Having lived in the country and having the mountains, I can tell you that with trees, things don't carry as well as people like to think they do. They just don't. Sounds carry differently.
Oh, wait. Hold on 1 second. sorry, can you hear me, Gwen?
Uh-huh.
Glitter Queen's trying to come on, but it's still showing that she needs to connect her mic before I can add her. Dang it. I'm getting an error message. It says device is not connected. It won't let me add you, Glitter. Dang it. She was trying to come up, but it was giving an error message, so
Eggs.
that was weird. I don't know why she's having that
Okay.
issue. She has a custom built computer, that makes sense. But if she's using a headset, that should take care of it. Yeah, Nancy, come on up.
I'm going this way. You need to turn this way, yeah. There we go. I'm going outside. Let's see. Nope. I got baby dragons out in my front. I call them baby dragons. There's all kinds of geckos. Mexico, full of them. But I have to watch the cat because he tries to go out and eat them. I need them to eat the mosquitoes because we have lots of mosquitoes here.
Okay. Oh wait. Okay. Here we got somebody new, and that fake super chat that he keeps sending, that CC keeps sending, that's not a real super chat, by the way. So that's why I don't really acknowledge it, because he's trying to be funny. I mean,
Well, I don't need to stay up. I just wanted to talk about what we talked about, honestly, and then just kind of explain it to everybody what I had gotten. And then I just want to shamelessly self-promote, for
yeah,
anyone.
do it.
So I'm going to just talk about my current channel is really a very easy place to be if you just want to have some drama-free time. I really just talk about spreading kindness and about learning about dealing with some of the crazy in the world, how to deal with that. From a more holistic approach, and from my own traumas, and I talk about a lot of my own stuff. And I do talk about my journey with my as it comes up. It's come up. And I have my good days and my bad days, and I'm very honest about those days. But my new channel launching in October, I will be doing tarot readings, like I said, and spiritual. I hate the word coaching. I hate it so much. I can't think of something better to call it than maybe guidance.
Yeah.
Because I can't stand, it's like life coach. I'm a person. I'm so much more laid back than that. But I'm going to have a Patreon. I'll set up a Patreon too for that. And of course a Discord. And I want to be able to offer that on Discord for people who simply just do not have the funds.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people to ever feel limited by money. Money is an energy, and I don't want that to be something that holds people back. So
yeah, so be sure to put your link in the channel for that. You're breaking up really bad again, and
okay.
I hate that. I feel so bad, but
yeah. So in October, when I launch the new channel, I'll definitely put the link in for that. Okay. As soon as I get it launched, I'll do that. But I appreciate you promoting Gwen's One Precious Life, and anyone that joins it, please email me at gwensonepreciouslifeat@gmail, because you'll get a Discord link to our Discord. That's a private Discord where we all hang out and just chat every time, and it's drama-free. It's easy, and it's a big bunch of women that hang out, and men can come too, but it's easy.
Yeah.
So,
well, thank you so much. I don't Nancy just came up here, so I wanted to.
Yeah,
I didn't want her to think
everybody.
I was ignoring her.
I'm gonna say goodbye for now, but my love to all of you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll talk to you later.
Oh, bye. You have a good day too.
Okay. Bye bye. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay. Hey, Nancy.
Ziggy, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you really good. Sorry about
Okay.
that. Thank you so much for being so patient.
No, it's okay. I can't see chat though. That it's all right. So
Oh,
I
you should have an option like you can oh
show
God,
chat.
yeah, you could. There's a place where you can see it.
It's okay. Here's what I wanted to say. The reason when the neighbor was talking,
Uh-huh.
to me, it seems like, you know, Candace must know that they read, they're online, they're reading comments, what we're typing about Candace. I think the plan now is to get Candace some sympathy.
Right.
And that's why the neighbor was brought in. See, now Don's in the back, and now people are going to start popping up because everyone, I go into other chat rooms. It's a common consensus. Candace is evil, hated, you know. So now what they're going to do is they're going to start bringing people in. Oh,
Oh no. Do you guys hear me okay? We just lost her. She was I was hearing her so great and now it's just gone. Nancy, I don't know if you accidentally hit something.
wait a minute.
Oh, there you are. Are you?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, great.
Okay. Even with Chris McDonough, he kept saying, "Oh, poor Candace." And am I still on?
Yep.
Okay. And I kept thinking, unless he's playing a game, there's no way that he can feel sorry for Candace. See,
Yeah. I think that was before. I don't know if he really. I don't know. So a lot of
at
people
his
say,
at the house.
yeah,
When he interviewed
yes,
her at the water and when he was at the house, he came online and he's,
uh-huh,
oh, poor Candace. Now maybe after that phony phone call to Mary, maybe he's changed his opinion. But before, up until then, he was feeling sorry for her.
yep,
And I thought that woman is a, a oh, I could, if she did what Donna said she did, I could, I would love to rip her face off. You
yeah.
know, really, anyone to put that little girl. So, okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I want to
No, you
remember what
didn't
I
interrupt
wanted to
me.
say.
You didn't interrupt me at
Okay,
all.
here's my idea. Like Nita has got all her people sending um, emails and trying to get attention for summer. If we what I think is hurting all of us that are concerned about summer, if we're it's too much. Don is doing something, Benny, Cher. If we could just everyone agree that what Donna told us is correct. The majority of it is correct. Summer was not hurt at that house. Summer was sold. They were in on it. Candace and Don were in on it. And Grandis is in on it too. I agree with Gwen. There's no way in hell that any other police force would have let Grandis leave in that truck, you know? So I thought if we all could agree with what Donna said and then go from there, because all this other is it's just all a bunch of junk. It
Mm.
did you see that? I found a video with Don B, and now Don B is saying he talked to Don,
Yeah.
and did you see that? And
Yeah.
he called the TBI and they want him to email it. And he said, no, I'm not going to email it. I'm going to bring it to him. And I think it's TBI or FBI told him, don't share whatever Don told him on the phone. It's not to be given out publicly. I thought, oh, it's all drama. It's all to distract everyone from this little girl. That's all.
Yeah. What do people? I mean, say you're thinking that Don B didn't actually talk to Don.
Oh, he probably did, but the fact that I don't know. Well, Don B said that Don called him, and I remember a couple, maybe a while ago. Don, I deleted. I don't want to listen to him anymore. But he said Robin called him. Does anybody else remember that?
Yes. Yep.
And I thought, who is this guy that everyone's calling him? Right?
Oh, I'm partial. I love Don because he sent me my first like 300 subscribers that I had. And I know what you mean, though. I understand. Like, I get where you're coming from for sure.
Like I just thought, this guy's like trying to, and then he's talking to Benny. And now, the latest is that Mandy is reading off text messages from Don B, that Don B is going to go to Benny's house like Don B is a pedo. And I thought, I'm sick of, I don't have time for all of that.
She was reading text messages of Don B. I thought it was from
yeah.
Don. I thought it was between Cher and Don, like Don Wells.
No, Don B and Benny got into it.
Yes. Yep.
And then Mandy comes on, and because I couldn't find, no one was on early today, and I thought, I'll just start looking through old videos. And there was Mandy, and I thought, she's reading a text message, and then someone in the chat said, Benny's yelling, and you can't hear what Don's saying. And I thought, that's it, I'm out. It's all a distraction.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe that what Donna said was probably correct, because she was correct about some
Tylee.
Tylee and JJ, and also some of the things with Morphew. And I mean, so I think that we should be really considering what she said happened with Summer. I really do. But there's so many people, like there's so many people that do not believe, and you can't, they don't believe.
Well,
stuff.
And I'm going to say, and I'm not a big fan of that. I think, the facts, but we don't have any facts. And
Right.
and after listening to Donna, I went through her videos and I thought, wait a minute, she's not charging. She's not trying to make a name. It's to help, I think she's sincere is what I'm trying to say. And I thought that this is all we have to go on with what she told us. And it actually kind of, it looks right. Candace is jealous,
Yeah. And what some people don't understand too about, so I don't want to say friends, but me and her text, me and Sweetie Pie Low, which is a creator who put out the Donna's readings on Summer and stuff. Like, we were talking the other day, and she's like, because I asked her if Donna was going to do a reading on Gabby. And this was before Gabby was found. And she's, or no, this was after Gabby was found, like the day after or something, or day of, and she was like, well, she did a reading already, but she's afraid to put it out because it was done before Gabby was found. And now she's afraid to put it out now that Gabby's been found, because everybody's going to think that she just got the info off the news. So that reading that Donna did on Gabby was done actually before Gabby was found.
Right.
People don't realize. And but I know many people aren't going to believe that, but whatever.
Well, I didn't hear John Walsh say about being beaten up, but I believe Donna has it right with The Rock. by
Yeah.
the water, and that
Stomping
they
on
were.
her head is like crazy.
Well, now that goes back because I wanted Gwen and Pete and the other women in chat to understand what I was saying. If you
Mhm.
if you go back to, I'm not bashing anyone who's gay. I'm just saying, go wait now. And then I want to go, it's a lot. I'm like ready to jump through my skin with the poor little Summer, and then we go back to
Yeah.
Gabby. But with Brian, if you watch his movements in those videos, can you still hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. If you watch his movements in the video, it something's wrong, something's really odd with that guy. And I thought, I I, I just I, something's off. Plus the lesbian couple. Now think of that. If they, I don't know which of the girls said there's a creepy guy, and
Yeah.
if we're murdered, what a horrible thought. If we're murdered, it's the creepy guy. And when I heard that, I thought, oh my word. And then you find out their pants are pulled down.
Yeah.
Now that's really, come on. If you're going to kill somebody, why would you do that? See?
To stage it to make it look like that it was sexually motivated, maybe. That's what I thought.
Well,
And maybe it was
I-
Brian, like, because those girls were, he could have been jealous that she was hanging. Trust me, I've had boyfriend before that was jealous of me hanging out with even girls and would accuse me messing around with these girls. So he might have been accusing her of messing around with this lesbian couple. You know what I mean? I don't know. I
and
just,
somebody had the idea that they thought one of the girls was a transgender. And that's why I typed that about he's checking.
oh,
See? And so I'm trying to explain to Gwen and whoever else was in there, you can only type so much. And I'm thinking, how am I going to word this? And it didn't come out right. I just, it wasn't any, I just feel bad. This is what I was thinking. Gabby told the police in the body cam they don't drink, yet they're in bars, right? Okay, so then I'm thinking, okay, Gabby might have met the girls and Brian, because the one girl worked in the what is it, the
yeah,
moon,
something co-op moon, something co-op or something. Yeah, I know weird.
right? And
And they were
Gabby,
over right there.
yeah, and Gabby's a friendly girl, and you're probably come in, you're vacationing. I always talk to cashiers, you want to find out what's going on in the store, what's good to buy. And I thought maybe they invited them, or they said, oh, we hang out here, blah blah blah. Brian seems like he's wound so tight, and if
Yeah.
he's reading violent stuff, his drawings alone with all the blood, you
Yeah,
know.
and I want to comment on this Carol Johnson that just mentioned something and you brought up something that made me also, Nancy,
Okay.
related, and it makes me think of something. Okay, too, that would tie them to that couple, that woman couple that was killed by gunshot. Carol says the couple had their house searched. There was a lot of drugs in there, as in they think they were dealing, maybe a drug deal gone wrong. Well, also, guys, I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, but like as far as doing drugs, but I'm pretty sure that Brian and Gabby
Gabby.
did mushrooms and acid. I mean, I don't know. Brian,
No.
or at least because and um Brian drew a lot of pictures like with mushrooms and stuff, like psychedelic mushrooms. And I mean, that doesn't mean he was, but also when we had Wade on here the other day, he was saying we saw a picture of, we were watching a YouTube video of where they had found a picture of Brian holding, it looked like acid stamps, like the little. So I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
tabs.
Like, maybe they were all like, maybe You know, have you
Oh,
ever heard of a bad trip before? Like maybe he freaked out when he was tripping. I mean, that happens a lot. Like, I don't know. They could have
okay.
been
Now,
partying together, like in that way. And as far as them not drinking, like they did say that, but also,
yeah,
like, I don't think that's true either. I don't know. I think that they might have drank a little.
there's a lot. I mean, then Gabby's in the back seat of the police car. They said she called her mom. And I'm walking around the house thinking, oh, Gabby, all you had to do was he went to a motel. Her parents, somebody would have came and got her out of there. I don't know why she was hanging on to him. I mean, supposedly the police woman told Gabby, this is a toxic relationship and you need to get out. Did you hear that? That the police woman
Yeah,
said that?
yeah. The woman said you're better than this,
You
or
need to
like, you're
leave.
better
Yeah,
than this, or you can do better than this, or something like that. Yeah, I did. I saw something. I didn't hear it, but I saw a picture.
somebody.
I read something about it. Uh,
Okay, now look, think of this. You remember the first time we saw Gabby's video, the back of that van was so cute. She had the bed made and it was organized, and she's making like yogurt. She's got the chocolate melted in the plastic container. Do you remember the video?
uh, plastic melted with the chocolate.
And
Mm,
she's putting yogurt with granola, and he's like pacing back and forth with his hands behind his back. And I thought, i- if this is your girlfriend, unless he's shy, I thought, okay, I'll cut him some slack. He's shy. But if they're a couple, they're supposedly engaged to be married. Wouldn't you think she's making breakfast. Wouldn't you think he'd come and put his arm around her or something? That was the first flag, him pacing.
oh,
Then
I
when
missed
they
that.
get
I didn't see.
okay, when they get pulled over at the body cam, the back of that van, my grandmother would say, would look like two dogs had a fight. The back of that van was a mess. And remember, Gabby tells the police,
That she's
"Oh,
a.
I have OCD." She
Mm-hmm.
he told her that. She was trying to keep the back of that van probably organized and clean. He's in there like a bull in a china shop. And
Yeah.
I thought, this girl is just
He might have
completely
messed it up on purpose to try to drive her crazy.
exactly.
Be an
And
asshole.
then, okay, now here, did anybody catch this? When the cop first pulls him over, the cop's talking to Gabby's in the passenger seat. The cop says, okay, you come out. Gabby comes out and stands over at the curb. Brian's in the driver's seat. The cop says to Brian, give me the keys. The
Uh-huh.
cop puts the keys like at the windshield on the passenger side, right?
Yeah.
When Brian gets out of the van, he doesn't come around the back. He comes around the front. Now he's standing there. The two cops are questioning him. He's got his hands in front of his groin, his hands um,
Uh-huh.
cuffed in front of his groin. The cop says something about something, and Brian says, "Oh, I got the keys." He took the keys off the windshield and
That's
put them
weird.
in his pocket. So right there, that that to me confirms what they were saying. He was going to leave Gabby. He puts her knapsack or backpack on the back of the van. He's got the keys. He's leaving. See, and then whatever. I just to me that it's all about control. But when this guy, I think, is one of those oh, I know he's a narcissist, but what do you call that? Like when
Sociopath?
somebody a
Go ahead.
what?
I said sociopath?
Yeah, yeah, a psychopath. Yeah, I forget
Psychopath?
the difference exactly. But like when they go from 1 to 100, like there's no stopping. That would explain Donna's reading when he must have worked himself up into such a tizzy. He hits her, and then like he can't stop. And I don't want to keep repeating that. I didn't know you were gonna. I shouldn't have typed that before about Gabby's. You know what I'm talking about with the stomp. I don't
Oh,
want to
no,
say
no,
that again.
no, no, no. I understand. No, that's true.
Yeah,
It was said
'cause
by her. That
it's
Donna did say
gruesome.
that.
It's
Uh,
gruesome. But the fact, see, that's why I was trying to explain that. You know, when I had friends that were gay, there
yeah,
was some guys that liked me, even but not attracted to me, but we were buddies, we were friends.
yeah.
They had friends who did not like women at all, not even to say hello to me. And I thought, Brian is going, who knows? His Did you know his brother's a New York cop?
I heard that. I heard that. I didn't know if it
Yeah.
was true.
And I heard that today on the Florida news. Now, is we only know he's got a brother who's a cop. We've seen his sister. I don't know if there's other siblings. If he's the baby, this is where I was going with that whole train of thought. He's a narcissist. He's probably got low self-esteem. Gabby's going places. She owns the van. She's
Yeah,
got friends. He has no friends. He's hanging or uh, following transgender. Like, is he doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know. I just thought this guy. And then when I heard he hears voices, and who was the doctor? Oh, that Dr. Latina was in a chat room, and she said like he could start experiencing schizophrenic. Something's wrong. And now you're talking about if they're doing acid, you know, there's a picture of Gabby holding a gun. If that's really her, he had he could have shot those two girls. Either they rejected him, they said something to him, or they made him feel bad. And I, I just think it's too close. Those two women show up dead. Where's the creepy guy? Why didn't anybody else talk about a creepy guy? Right? He's
I, w-
he's creepy.
I wish that they would have been more descriptive in their text to their friend or
Yes.
whatever about who this guy was. Like, that's too bad, man.
Take a picture when he wasn't looking. I mean, if they had a phone, they could have said something about Gabby. Oh, we could have solved it, unless
Yeah.
they can get DNA off them, but maybe that was the reason they were in water too.
Here, let's play this. John Walsh just posted, like, you know who John Walsh is?
Yeah.
Here's something. I was going to play this, but I don't know if that's what they're talking about. They're telling me it's on Nita's World. Hold on.
He's going to be on next
I agree.
week.
I think, and I'll talk to Doodle. Like, I think that when what you said, like, I just don't think you were able to explain it correctly, what you were trying to say, and it came out wrong about, like, I don't,
It
and
did come out rough. Yeah.
people.
And I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to do that. And I'm hoping, did I explain it right this time? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah, I
he
can tell
could,
that you're trying to be careful, like what you're saying, and not offend anybody. I know it's
yeah,
a touchy subject, and
we're talking about
maybe
him specifically. I
I
mean,
don't
if
know. I think more like, I don't think that he's like secretly gay or anything, but I thought maybe he was.
he could be bisexual, maybe he doesn't even know,
I think he just got mad because these girls were hanging out. I thought maybe he got jealous because he's just.
Well, look at what her friend said, Rose. They were going to go to a country western bar. Gabby gets halfway to Rose's house. She doesn't have her ID. Now that's pretty sneaky. Your girlfriend is going to go out and have fun, and not, he steals her driver's license so she can't go. This
Yeah.
guy is
Um,
why she why she didn't get away from him. That's what.
Here.
Okay, wait. I just wanted just to clarify one more thing. And I don't mean to. I'm not being judgmental, but if he did that to Gabby, what Donna said, I don't like him. And if Candace and Don did that to Summer, that Donna said, I don't like them. Normally, I have no opinion about anybody unless someone, screws me. But people like this, I'm only talking specifically about Brian. I'm not talking about anyone else who's gay, bisexual, transgender. I'm talking about this specific guy that would do that to a girl that's lived in his parents' house and they're to be engaged. And if he killed her like that, then I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with something's wrong with them. We know something's wrong.
Yeah.
He's coddled. He's a Chris Watts. Everyone's coming to he's coming to his defense. Well, look at Scott Peterson. He's another walking nut. And his mother, oh no, whatever they're doing to these kids, these boys when they're young, they're teaching them to be no respect for women. I don't know how. I don't know.
Yeah, I understand. All right, I'm going to play this video now on John Walsh. I know what link that they're talking about, but when I pull up the link, it's like having me sign into my Facebook and stuff, and I don't want my real name here on my YouTube, so that's why I'm not pulling up through Facebook, just so everybody knows. But
you want me to go? You want me to go back down?
Oh,
I said what I
Okay.
said everything I wanted to say, other than I just wanted you to recognize the van. The back of the van was totally different, and that could be what they were. Wait, I'm sorry. Gabby said they'd been fighting all morning, and Brian told the cops we were having a good day. So I yell many times into my telephone at Gabby, don't stop, please stop crying and start. I would have punched him in the face so fast, go to jail. I don't know.
Yeah, or even if they would have arrested her because she admitted to hitting him, that would have been better than what happened. And then maybe her parents would have came and got her or anything.
Right. Because think of it. I know what I've had horrible situations. The last thing, and I've learned this, the last thing you want to do when you're around bad people is need help. And think of it, that young girl standing there, a blonde, crying. Those cops, the way they were, did he slap you? Did he hit you? Did he hit you? Did he slap you? I thought, oh, talk about inner face. It was so it was cruel. To me, it was just cruel that she was sitting there and they're all siding in with him. He's got a scratch. Oh, ugh. I don't, what I'm saying. I
get it.
I just wanted to shake her and say, oh, Gabby, you're so much better than him. He's like,
yeah, I agree.
He's a walking freak,
Yeah. Well, some people, young women, they get confused. It takes them a while to, I don't know.
Well, Gabby's father said she didn't like him. Gabby's father told Dr. Phil he didn't like him, but then he turned and said he didn't like any of Gabby's boyfriends. And I thought, you mean to tell me she's only 22? All the men in the world, and this is because she said she would lose her photographer for her website. I thought, Gabby, see what I'm saying? It's frustrating,
I want to Glitter Queen just came up, but also I want to watch this watch this video real quick on
okay, so I'm going to go back down. Thank you for letting me come up.
Much.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Are you getting off there? Gosh. Okay, sorry. Woo. All right. So, hey, Glitter Queen, I'm gonna play this real quick. Okay, is that okay? You getting off there? All right. Okay. All right, guys. Hey, Glitter, are you there? I see you, but okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video, guys. Sorry.
Episode of In Pursuit, we're going to tell you about some missing children that we desperately need your help to find and bring home to their families. Here's the first case. 5-year-old Summer Wells was last seen at her home on June 15th, 2021. She's 3 foot tall, weighs about 40 pounds, and has blonde hair and blue eyes. Police are also seeking a potential witness believed to have been driving a late 1990s maroon or red Toyota Tacoma with a ladder rack and white buckets in the bed. If you have any information about the disappearance of Summer Wells, please text or call our hotline.
I'm Leslie Earhart with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. We thought we would take a few minutes to update you on the search for 5 reported missing from her home on Ben Hill Road in Hawkins County on June 15th. Unfortunately, there are still more questions than answers, but we haven't given up, and we won't. Agents and detectives with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office continue to work daily to determine what happened to Summer.
We're still looking, we're still searching, we're still following tips. And one thing that we need to do is preserve the integrity of this case, because we can't tell everything we're doing. We can't tell everything we know. And a lot of stuff that we had called on, we've already done several times.
We want to urge you only to share information from official sources. The misinformation and speculation simply don't help the case. Our teams continue to sift through hundreds of tips, and it turns out most of them are rooted in rumors and bad information spread on social media.
That causes us confusion with all the tips that we get and we're going through. A lot of it is coming off of social media.
I'm pulling up Hakuna. It's 2 minutes long, but I think it's what someone was talking about earlier with John's slip up. Oh, okay. I didn't screen the video. It's 2 minutes long. Okay. I just pulled it up. Is Glitter Queen, are you there? I added you, but I can't hear you. Just checking to see if you're there. Shows that you're... Oh, man. There she goes. All right, let's watch part of this. If the slip up... This is the channel. I'll write this down. Grizzly Books True Crime.
Another episode of Grizzly Books True Crime. My name is Gisela Kay, and I'm just going to get right into this. This could have been a little bit of a slip up. Sorry, I was pointing the wrong direction again. A little bit of a slip up here, but watch this. John Walsh in the corner there.
End up dying by suicide, taking their own life before being apprehended.
Those are people with a conscience. Those are people that are mentally ill. They did something terrible and they don't want to face it. Brian Laundrie's done the Dirty Laundry family and Brian Laundrie have done nothing but evade police. It's despicable. They prepared him for this run. He's an egomaniacal control freak, big man, isn't he? He's too much of a coward. He beat to death a 95-pound, wonderful young lady. My heart goes out to that family. It'd be great if he killed himself. There'd be no trial. They'd never have to sit there like I did and look at, morgue photos and photos of her on the ground and stuff. If he killed himself, it would be great for the family.
And then they cut him off. I think he said too much. He said he beat her.
Holy crap, guys.
And then he looked at photos.
I want to watch that again. And Wow. He was like saying, I mean, because he was saying that he beat her to death, like it was her, like, you know, he wasn't saying allegedly and stuff, like he was saying. So I think the network probably didn't want to get any type of trouble, and also accusing the family too. That's what happened, I'm guessing, because he was saying, he was implicating the family. He wasn't saying allegedly or anything like that. He was saying they did this. The family prepared him. And hey, Gwen, I think I hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Is that echoing?
Nope, you're good.
Oh my God.
But I want to rewatch this video. Did you watch it? Oh my gosh. Like, this
Yeah.
is crazy. Yeah,
I know.
I want to rewatch it really quick if that's okay. It's only 2
Yeah,
minutes.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Because
honey.
this is shocking, guys. I think this is
Yeah, I can't believe you said that on national.
Yeah, why do you
national
think they
TV.
cut it off? I mean, what's your reasoning for why they cut it off? Do you
Well, because you said like we would be better off if he killed himself, and you know his family wouldn't have to sit there, or her family wouldn't have to sit there and you know watch everything. And I agree. I mean, I don't agree with that because I don't want him to kill himself. I want him to have to go through everything. You know what I mean? Like, I want him to go through that trial and face his consequences. And, you know, we'll see where that goes. But, yeah, that was really...
Do you think it's because, like, it makes me think that they wanted, or they did that because he was saying Brian killed her. You know, he wasn't saying allegedly. He was saying Brian killed her.
Right.
And he was saying that the family, you know, helped him get away, and you know, saying like it as fact.
Right.
Not like saying this is my opinion or anything. He was saying as fact. Let's watch it one more time. And
Okay.
I'm gonna pee while I watch it.
Okay.
It's only 2 minutes, so.
Okay.
Back to another episode of Grizzly Books True Crime. My name is Gisela K, and I'm just going to get right into this. This could have been a little bit of a slip up. Sorry, I was pointing the wrong direction again. A little bit of a slip up here, but watch this. John Walsh in the corner there.
End up dying by suicide, taking their own life before being apprehended.
Those are people with a conscience. Those are people that are mentally ill. They did something terrible and they don't want to face it. Brian Laundrie's done the Dirty Laundry family and Brian Laundrie have done nothing but evade police. It's despicable. They prepared him for this run. He's an egomaniacal control freak, big man, isn't he? He's too much of a coward. He beat to death a 95-pound, wonderful young lady. My heart goes out to that family. It'd be great if he killed himself. There'd be no trial. They'd never have to sit there like I did and look at, you know, morgue photos and I mean, photos of her on the ground and stuff. If he killed himself, it would be great for the family.
And then they cut him off. I think he said too much. He said he beat her to death and that he looked at photos of her on the ground. Looks like a bit of a slip up. I'm going to link the original channel down below.
They
before being apprehended.
Those are people with a conscience. Those are people that are mentally ill. They did something terrible and they don't want to face it. Brian Laundrie's done the Dirty Laundry family and Brian Laundrie have done nothing but evade police. It's despicable. They prepared him for this run. He's an egomaniacal control freak, big man, isn't he? He's too much of a coward. He beat to death a 95-pound, wonderful young lady. My heart goes out to that family. It'd be great if he killed himself. There'd be no trial. They'd never have to sit there like I did and look at, you know, morgue photos and I mean, photos of her on the ground and stuff. If he killed himself, it would be great for the family.
And then they cut him off. I think he said too much. He said he beat her to death and that he looked at photos of her on the ground. Looks like a bit of a slip up. I'm going to link the original channel down below. Go and have a look for yourself. It said exactly, well, I don't know, they're live right now. I actually don't know the exact timestamp of this, but yeah, go check it out and let me know what you think.
You guys wanting me to play it one more time? Carol Johnson, I'll play it one more time just or I'll just play it just the part where John Walsh is talking, and I'm gonna also put this on. I'm gonna put this on my community tab too. I was actually watching this guy before I went live. I was watching the same creator, so you guys. Oh, okay.
This could have been a slip up here, but watch this. John Walsh in the corner there.
End up dying by suicide, taking their own life before being apprehended.
Those are people with a conscience. Those are people that are mentally ill. They did something terrible and they don't want to face it. Brian Laundrie's done the Dirty Laundry family and Brian Laundrie have done nothing but evade police. It's despicable. They prepared him for this run. He's an egomaniacal control freak, big man, isn't he? He's too much of a coward. He beat to death a 95-pound, wonderful young lady. My heart goes out to that family. It'd be great if he killed himself. There'd be no trial. They'd never have to sit there like I did and look at, morgue photos and photos of her on the ground and stuff. If he killed himself, it would be great for the family.
And then they cut him.
So yeah, sorry, Glitter Queen. Wanted to make sure everybody heard that enough times to really. Yeah, so they're saying he beat her to death. Does he know that, or is that really what happened? Yay! Thank you, Thelma, for becoming a member. Join our Discord.
Okay, sorry, I'm back too.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that? I know you already answered. That was what were you gonna? Is this what were you wanting to talk about when you came up here? Sorry for.
Oh no, it's okay.
The issues and everything that you had.
Oh my God.
How'd you get that fixed out? How'd you get that fixed?
I finally said fuck it, and I picked up my phone and tried it this way.
Okay.
I tried it on my computer and then my son's computer, and that's how I got in last time.
Are you a gamer by chance?
A little, but my son's way more than I am. I was into The Sims for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Are you a gamer?
Yeah, I play like World of Warcraft and stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm in Fortnite, and yeah, I'm kind of a dork.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's whatever game I'm into at that time.
Yeah.
But World of Warcraft I've been into for years, so.
Oh, wow, cool.
But yeah. So.
Well, what I wanted to know, and what I kind of wanted to ask chat too, was what is everybody's feelings on us kind of gathering together and writing these big news people like CNN, Fox, like all the big news people to push Summer's story?
Well, you know what? Gwen emailed me the same, or was it Gwen? Who emailed me the same thing earlier today, saying the same exact thing.
Yeah, because can you imagine, even if 50 of us did it to, each of these networks, you can't ignore 50 people. At least 50. I would at least like to get 50. At the least. I mean, I would think we could get more for Summer, I would hope. But you can't ignore that. You know what I mean?
Well, John Walsh is going to have her on. Did you hear next week, supposedly on his show?
Oh, so, good. I didn't hear that. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
The 29th, I think. And Hakuna, you're totally fine. Like, I wanted to watch it too. I just hate interrupting people when they're talking. Like, when they're on panel and stuff, like it makes me feel really bad because I've seen creators do that to people, and I feel so bad to the people talking, like sometimes, like, because some of these creators could be so rude to people when they're, you know, up here up talking, and I understand, like, I don't know. So I'm trying not to be like that, but I do know that there's also, I don't know. I don't like to be mean to people up here talking.
Yeah.
And I don't want to cut them off.
Yeah.
So anyways.
But what do you guys in chat think about that though? Would you guys be willing to, I don't know, I think we'll have to come up with a letter and just all like send the same one maybe. That way, because we want it to sound good, you know what I mean? Like we want it to be proper.
What do we do? Can we write to the big networks, or do we start like maybe a petition and then send that petition to a big network or something?
We could do that.
If we could get like lots of signatures
right.
of people interested, I think there would be tons of people interested. I think that'd be a great idea. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I can do that, or if Glitter Queen, if you want to do that, or I don't want to take away somebody's idea though. Like, I don't want to do it and then be like, somebody be like, oh, that was my idea. You know what I mean?
No, we're all in.
You know, I know we're all in it for summer, but
right. No, we're all in this together. There is no your idea, my idea. We're just in it together, and let's find her and bring her home. You know, that kind of thing.
Or if I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think like You're talking about writing like all of us writing on network, but
oh yeah, like I'm talking.
But I think that like which would be great if everybody would do it,
right?
But with the petition, people just have to click, and it's like so easy.
Right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have heard of. And I don't think I'll get his channel completely right, but his name is Grift or Griff. Have you heard of him? Okay.
The one that always has stuff about like Benny and
yeah.
yeah.
I seen that he has written into his local news station. And he's calling on everybody to do that. And I'm for that too. But I want to just get it like as fast as we can get it out there, the better. Because we're coming up on almost 4 months soon. So, you know, I know that Doug would probably do it. No thanks. I know Tiffany would.
Yeah, I mean, at least they would all share it.
Right.
Let's see. How do I find Griff's channel? I like he has some funny stuff.
I don't know how you would find that because it's such unique writing. His channel name.
I don't even remember. What is it?
The Real Griff.
Oh, I don't even remember why I was looking him up, to be honest. You had mentioned him, and then I couldn't.
Oh, because he made a video calling on everyone to like write into their local news station.
Oh, this one right here?
There you go, yeah.
Do you want to watch it real quick? Or?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
It's just him showing what he wrote, but
okay, cool.
It gives you an idea though, you know.
Does he read it or not?
No, it's just music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he asked, he said, good evening. I would like to ask if you could help the effort to find this little girl. She disappeared on June 15th, 2021 from here home in the Beach Creek area of Kingsport, Tennessee and Hawkins County. The TBI and Hawkins County Sheriff's Department are investigating, and there have been numerous searches, but still nothing. Can you please look into that case and help spread the word? At this moment, this case is being discussed more on YouTube than in the news media. I have subscribers in Australia. It's cut off. Like he stops it for a second. England, New Zealand, and even South America that are addressing this issue and trying to spread the information. But as far as news media, is the outlets are far and slim, mostly are contained to the affiliates inside Tennessee borders, where the only other exceptions being in North Alabama and Atlanta. What's really bothering is that Gabby Petito was able to be spread from East Coast to West Coast very quickly, but this is just a 5-year-old missing child in Tennessee that is not being mentioned, and it could possibly help bring information about her. About her possible abduction or worse. Again, I ask if you would please look into it, research it somehow, at least mention her on your news coverage. Got to spread her information. Her name is Summer Moon Utah Wells. She is 5 years old, and she went missing on June 15th from her home on Ben Hill Road in Beach Creek. Subdivision of Kingsport, Tennessee. Thank you. Who did he write? Who was this to? Do you know?
I think it was.
I guess his local news.
Yeah. I think it was his local news. And that's cool. Like, I'm glad. I'm thankful that he did that. But I want it to go, like, I want it to be nationwide. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about a 5-year-old whose parents don't give a shit about her, clearly. Because Gabby's parents and Summer's are like night and day. What Gabby's parents have done is what Don and Candace should have done. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, exactly. How could you not? How could you not? How could you not want to?
Yeah, this is that's sorry for interrupting you, but you just brought up a good point. Like, somebody made a video which was very interesting, and I have to go in about 10 minutes just because my daughter, we're going to the high school or the middle school football game or something. I don't know. She wants to go.
My son is at the homecoming right now. Yeah.
Yeah, she wants to go, and she keeps coming out here and seeing if I'm done. She keeps sneaking out here, and I'm like, I see you. We're going. It starts. We're only a mile away. It's okay. So I guess change that. Or so you were saying something about how their behavior was not normal for somebody grieving a child's loss, which is correct. A YouTuber did this great video we watched the other day where they compared the emotions of parents who have lost children. Like they showed, they showed, why am I going blank right now? But they showed different parents, like in different situations.
I've seen something similar to that as well.
Yeah. And then they showed Dawn, like, you might have saw it here because we watched it here. And then they showed Dawn, like, it was so like such a stark contrast to the other parents. It was just embarrassing. It was so embarrassing.
Yeah. And in the very beginning of the case, they had a lot of opportunities. If I remember correctly, they turned down Fox. So they had the opportunity to get that coverage. You know what I mean? They just didn't want it. You know, I mean, if you look at it, it took Candace and Don both almost 2 weeks for them both together to do one interview with their local. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 fucking weeks. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, right. I mean, that is crazy because you would be out there, you immediately, like, the longer you wait, the more likely they're like far, far away. And go on your news, be calling up
Mhm.
Dr. Phil,
Exactly.
60 Minutes, anybody you can to try to get on there and be like, please, like, do a story on this, get me on there. Let me plead with the captors to just let her go. I'll do anything. Just drop her off somewhere where she gets,
Right.
we won't ask any questions, anything to get your kids back. Like,
Right.
if you were in that situation and you got your kid back, like, oh my gosh, that would be all you wanted at the time. Like,
Yeah.
you would be like, just give my kid back. I don't care. Like, I won't.
Right.
I mean, obviously they're going to probably get in trouble, but
yeah.
I mean, just drop the child off in a safe place and take off.
They can't even do that to this day, though. I mean, the last one I heard from Don, he was pleading for all missing children.
Yeah, I know,
really?
right?
All missing children.
I know. He's trying to be like he's like some great guy, but you're not going to be thinking about all missing children at that point. You're going to be thinking about your only child. I mean, I know that sounds selfish and stuff, but your kid's missing, your 5-year-old daughter. Like, you're not going to be able to think about anybody else's children at that. I don't think so, but I don't know. I guess I've never been in that position. I can't say.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, I haven't been in that position either, so I can't say. But if you think about it, Don, when he thinks he isn't being recorded, or maybe he might have some sort of suspicion, but he don't know for sure, he's a completely different person. I mean, that one phone conversation he had with Mary was just disgusting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was like a completely different Don than what we've heard from him. So,
somebody said, I would like to know what she's talking about.
She contacted 60 Minutes and
no, not Susan Smith. That's great. Somebody else, I think they're like saying, you don't want to do that. That is the family's decision. Talking about me making a petition. That's what I'm really.
Really?
The family's. So since I'm sorry. I don't want to freak out if that's not what you're talking about. But
so
is that,
Shelly? Let me.
We're gonna leave it up to Dawn and Candace.
Yeah, I mean,
that's comical.
Because what do you do if the family chooses not to do that, though? Do you just let the 5-year-old go, or what? Or what do you do? How do you help? Do you just sit back and do nothing if the family chooses that? Because I'm not built that way. I can't do that.
If one of us made a petition right now and 0 people signed, that would be more than, well, if only ourselves signed it, that would be like a million times more than what Dawn and Candace have done.
Right. I mean, right now we have 96 people in here. So say all of us signed it, right? That would be way more than Dawn and Candace have done.
Yeah. Sorry, Shelly. I thought that's what you were talking about. Like,
what did she say?
Oh, she just said no. The petition is fine. I just don't. I don't know what she was referring to when she said you don't want to do that. Oh, maybe contacting the
news.
Yeah. I don't think that I think it's now. Summers has become all of our child right now because we have to basically become the. I don't know, foster parents or adoptive parents or something, because they won't do anything. And still, even if they did care and were doing stuff, still there's people, lots of people that like to help. And I mean, you would think the parents would be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if we made this, like, hopefully, like,
I don't even know how to make one. Have you ever made one before?
I have it on the screen right now. Do you see a petition?
Oh yeah.
It said, I've never made one either, but it says local health. Would it be criminal justice category?
I don't know. I mean,
what do you guys think?
It's hard to say because I
could make one and put it on I guess I could make one and put it up on the community wall when I'm at this game, like word on my mind.
Yeah,
and then
that's a good idea.
because she's gonna be off with her friends or whatever.
Right.
I'll put it. I mean, I guess if nobody signs. I mean, I'm sure you guys
there's
will,
there's
but
a couple people in here saying they would. So
and then
you know.
hopefully we could pass it on to like Doug. I think Doug or AB
Doug
would show
would.
it.
Yeah.
And hopefully like people sign it, and then
AB.
we could send it off to several news stations. Like,
Yeah.
if we could get it up to like 20,000 signatures.
Man, that would be great. That would be amazing. We could post it in the groups on Facebook too. And the Summer Wells groups on Facebook. By the way, I don't know if any of you guys know this, Ziggy, including you, but tonight Cher's doing the show, and she has a statement from Dawn.
Yeah.
So
it's probably something she wrote up herself.
Yeah.
And just like wrote it for him, but so we'll see.
Yeah,
I saw that.
We'll see. He don't really like to go on no more after his what do we call
toilet
that?
debacle?
Yeah.
Or whatever he was doing.
What do you even call that one? But I mean, but if you think about that though, right? If the news was, because the news likes scandals, they just do. That's their thing.
Right.
But how do you not, as a news station, see something like that clip of Dawn and Candace?
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? See that clip of them while their child's missing, on top of everything else that has already been done. I mean, the hoax phone call, for instance. Like, how do you turn away from that? Like, we need to find this baby one way or another. Fall's coming. So the leaves
the
are
thing
all
is,
gonna
if
come
they
down.
showed that, they would have to give credit to Benny's channel, and oh my god, he would love that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Hakuna Matata put Don Wells reporting live from the toilet.
And that's funny.
I'll make a unless you want to do it, Glitter Queen, or I'll make a petition, and I'll put it on the wall here.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then I just don't want to take anybody's idea. Like, I'm just doing it because if you guys think that will help, and I had somebody else say something similar.
Yeah,
because I just don't know how many people. I don't know how many people would mass write these stations. I don't know how. I mean, I know many people would say they'll do it, but I don't know how many would actually do it.
Right.
But a petition is something that is so easy because you just have to do a few clicks, and that's, just
right.
And then we can have several people maybe take that petition and send it to different major news stations. We can flood them with that petition.
Yeah.
So they see that there's an interest. That's why I'm saying, if we can get at least, I mean, I know on my biggest video I did, I have probably 15,000 views. So if we can do, and I know some of these people get way more, maybe 50,000 views on these Summer Wells. So if we can get if we get that many signatures, that would show.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
That there's interest.
Right. Yeah, I'm all for it. I go right ahead, Ziggy. Please do.
All right. We'll do it when I'm at this game.
Okay, email me.
And I'll email
you.
you. Yeah, I remember your email now. I took it for a while because I know I won't say it out loud, the name, and I feel bad because I thought the name on it was one of the subs that I got confused. I'm so sorry.
It's all good. No, it's okay. Well,
when your guys' name is different on YouTube than when you email me, I get confused. At first you might say something in the first email, oh hey, this is Glitter Queen, but I don't know if you can just now I know so you don't have to even saying it.
I don't even know if you can change that. I was saying, just making a new one with the name Glitter Queen, so that way it's less confusing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I made this email too.
You're the first one I've ever really emailed, I think, besides AB. from YouTube, so I didn't even
Did he
think
see
about
your emails? I don't even. He probably gets a million emails.
I
Like,
don't know. He really gets so many, so it's hard to say. And the poor
Oh,
guy
he
can't respond to all of them. You know, like he gets so many. So, but
yeah, Emery, if you can help, like that'd be great. Like, getting it off to people too. Like,
oh, Amanda says, I don't know if it matters, but Chip Anita's World said they had a petition for summer.
oh, what is the petition? I can
Yeah,
share
what?
it. I can share it. I'll look into it. I'll look into it. If it was already made, then I won't make one. I'll just share theirs, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
If it's the same thing, if it has to do with the same purpose of getting her name in the news.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I don't want to overshadow somebody else's when we could just add to that petition, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Might as well just add to the petition that's already there.
Right.
If there is one.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter's wanting to go to this game, so I'm going to look into that and check the community wall here in about an hour, okay?
All right, honey. You have a good time. Bye, guys.
All
I'll
right.
see you later.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.